All right, welcome to AC Flora High School in Forest Acres, South Carolina. This is AC Flora hosting Greenville, and I need to look at my levels. Levels are so good. Alex will be here, or he is here. Uh, just stepped away for a second, and Greenville coach will be here too. Um, right now, just Coach Hallett with the officials for tonight. But hey, while I have everyone's attention, might as well thank Bigger Box. Hey, I could thank Bigger Box Dumpster Company, but first I'm going to thank Superior Fence and Rail. If you're looking for a Columbia fencing company you can trust, for more than 2 decades, Superior Fence and Rail has been building quality fences. They're a Columbia fencing company that cares about its customers. Homeowners rely on Superior Fence and Rail for exceptional products and installations. They have more than 5,000 five-star reviews and a 94% customer satisfaction rating. You can visit them online at superiorfenceandrail.com or give Greg Graham a call at 803-239-1302 to get your next fencing project underway. With that said, hey, might as well. Oh, let me see what I have queued up graphics-wise. Alex is about to walk up, but ooh, yeah. If you have a talented baseball player looking to play some ball this summer, not otherwise committed, you might want to consider joining Richland Post 215 for some American Legion baseball. Alex, why would they want to join 215?
Well, free baseball is free baseball, and if you don't want to play free baseball, I don't know what's wrong with you. Also, has some of the best competition in the state. So people that are committed all over the state and honestly all over the country, well, East Coast more specifically. But still, got some great competition and some of the best returning high school seniors in the state. You want to play Region? It's not that hard. Just play Legion. As I can barely hear myself, but we're all good.
Yeah, and you can't see the screen, but you can imagine that I have a QR code.
Oh yeah.
For the registration.
Scan that.
Link.
Play Legion. It's a great time.
Yeah, and they will be having tryouts. I want to say, at least for the senior level, they usually target them to start after the area teams finish their playoffs. So for 215, that'll be Flora and Dreer, and then some of the Skisa teams.
Yeah, you got Hammond, Cardinal Newman, a couple Ben Lippin. That was the squad we rolled in with last year and made it all the way to the state tournament where we ultimately were unable to succeed.
Yep. Oh, another thing. Do I have this? Let's see. Lift the Falcons. Let me put that up. Okay, Lift the Falcons. It's not too late to contribute to the fund. That's the AC Flora Booster Club is sponsoring.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of head baseball coach Andy
trying to refurb the weight room at AC Flora. You can go to liftthefalcons.com to find out more.
AC Flora Falcons. Will the players and coaches please line up on your respective baselines? And will everyone please stand? Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with our national anthem.
All right. Hey, Alex, what do we know about Greenville?
Well, this is a very interesting team considering I got their stats today from their coach.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, there's nothing posted online. You can do as much digging as you want. You'll find nothing.
Wow.
Meaning, I'm one of the people that can even look at their stats because I got them sent this morning. But I'll let our starters get announced before I really dive into this Red Raider team.
Starting at second base, number 7, Roper Winsky. Center fielder, number 18, Charlie Scott. Behind the plate, number 21, Tyler Hernandez. Left fielder, number 2, Ritz Bess. Right fielder, number 16, Paul Choate. At shortstop, number 1, Jack Chetwood. Third baseman, number 32, Monty Lafitte. Designated hitter, number 28, Rohan Brimmer. On the mound, number 22, Sam McCutcheon. And at first base, number 11, Harris Rivers. Ladies and gentlemen, for your convenience, the concession stand is open and selling the best hot dog at Forest Acres or a hot barbecue sandwich with plenty of snacks and drinks. If you're sitting behind the backstop and on the home side of the field, please look at your chair back. If there is a name plate on it, the seat is reserved. We ask that you kindly find an empty seat or move to the bleacher area. Once again, welcome to Falcon Field, and we hope you enjoy the game.
All right, let me put on some background music while Sandstorm continues to play.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
All right. We still live?
Yeah, you signing autographs over there?
No, I was telling everyone up in Greenville about our stream so they can flood in and watch the.
Okay.
Well, it's a fun one tonight. Ace be Ace. Sam McCutcheon going for our Falcons. He, of course, leads our team in innings pitched and, of course, strikeouts versus Trent Merle, the ace for the Red Raiders. But quick go around of our starting lineup if you didn't hear from the beautiful PA announcer. You got Sam on the bump behind the dishes, Tyler Hernandez. Harris Rivers gets to start at first today. Roper at second, Jack at short, the middle infield staying strong. Monty Lafitte gets to start at third, Rentz is in left. Charlie slots over from the usual right field position into center field. And the ever so dangerous and very hot Paul Choate in right field. We'll talk a lot more about him when he comes to the plate. We'll take on a Red Raiders team that, again, as we kind of said, a lot of unknown how they've been doing. There's not a lot out there. However, they are kind of put in a rough spot this year. Their head coach, former head coach, Joey Galinsky, stepped down to be one of the sales reps at Marucci. That's the bat company you may see a lot of these players swing today. So Drew Elliott, the pitching coach since 2017, got slotted into that head coaching position, and he's been doing not too shabby, 13-8 from what my statistics say here for Greenville. And they will make the 2-hour trek down to the Midlands for this non-region game. It's righty on righty. It's 6:57. The first pitch is called strike on the outside part of the plate, and we are underway. Well, if you guys have missed AC Flora Athletics, it's been a very wild week for pretty much every team. Jeff Rose got to see two of the best, or maybe the best upset in AC Flora lacrosse history.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Well, I mean, it's up there. That was the
it was a nice
that
one.
was the 1 seed, and we AC Flora went up to Christchurch, the lacrosse team, and beat the number 1 seeded Cavaliers. However, and it actually fell to this Greenville team yesterday up in the upstate. It's now 1-2 here. Leading it off for the Red Raiders is number 6, Benjamin Wilson. Yeesh. It's been a long day for me. Been up since around 6:30, and now get to watch some beautiful baseball here in the Midlands as it's a very cloudy day. May see some dark clouds on your screen. Don't worry. No rain is in the forecast. However, it may look like it at some times. Well, Wilson is a senior. He pitches and is in the outfield. Committed to Swanee. It's 1-2. McCutcheon, the curveball, that ball on the left side. Beautiful dive by Chetwood. The throw to first, not in time. Wilson beats it out. So an infield single works to perfection And one of the most dangerous players on the base pass in this game, potentially the most dangerous player, is aboard for the Red Raiders.
Jose Dubron.
So Jose Dubont will now come up for the Red Raiders, and they go from strength to strength. Jose is one of the best players in this game, period. The number third base prospect in the 2026 class here in the state. He's showing you why this year. 3 homers, 21 RBIs. We would love to start it off strong here against the Falcons ace. Man on first, righty on righty. McCutcheon throws a fastball home, goes to the backstop, but it hits the netting, so it means a wild pitch will move Wilson over to second. And unfortunate for McCutcheon, if that ball hit the brick, it was bouncing right back on a line. Hernandez may have been able to gun out Wilson, who got a late jump on it. However, that ball hits the net, meaning it didn't carry off, and Hernandez couldn't make a play. So it's a 1-0 count, man on second, top of the first inning, 0-0 score. It's batter number 2, McCutcheon, in immediate trouble. The right-hander will throw the curveball home, and it stays up around the letters for ball 2. Well, McCutcheon's making his 7th start of the year. He comes in today with a 4-1 record. The lone loss was last week against Lugoff Elgin, where he actually didn't give up an earned run, but he was the pitcher who got, I guess, unfortunately put in the loss column. It's a 2-0 count here, McCutcheon. He'll come home with the pitch. The fastball is lined down the left field line, but will go foul.
Yeah, Sam hasn't had much run support this year, huh?
No, we'll definitely talk about it a lot more when the Falcons get up to bat, but our AC Flora Falcons are not swinging the bats exactly well. Yeah. But we had a couple promising games. Ridgeview was won yesterday with a 14-0 win and a 6-5 win against Lugoff Elgin. If you guys missed that game on Game Changer, I'll recap that a little later in the stream, just talking about how incredible of a win that was. The 2-1 is right down Broadway for strike number 2, and now it's 2-2 here to Dubont. So looking at Dubont, he's one of the best players on this team, both at the plate and on the mound. Leads the Red Raiders with a 2.62 ERA, and he also leads them with a .397 batting average. The 2-2 off speed gone in the center. It's going to drop quickly and gets between the shortstop and the center fielder. Charlie Scott, the center fielder, will throw it in, and it was a weird bat play, so meaning Wilson was not able to move on it. So it's first and second, nobody out. However, 2 hits have been acquired against the Falcons ace.
With the sound of that hit, I was surprised it went as far as it did.
Honestly, it kind of died on. I was the opposite. I thought it kind of died on me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just expecting all liners to go into a glove.
Yeah, I think it was pretty close to his hands.
Well, immediately AC Flora will bring their corner infielders in. Both Monty Lafitte, the third baseman, and Harris Rivers, the first baseman, are on the infield grass. It's the right hole 3-hitter, Braden Renfro. Before that, though, McCutcheon will look back Wilson at second again. Wilson leading the Red Raiders with 18 stolen bases. He has been thrown out twice, but it would not be uncharacteristic for him to try to take third. The Red Raiders coming into today 13-8, AC Flora 11-10 after the winning the 2 of the last 3. The first pitch to Renfro is skied foul right over our heads. Well, Renfro is a senior here for the Red Raiders, hitting .328 this year. He's committed to North Greenville. This kid would love to drive in and add to his team high 23 RBIs. He's got 2 on, first and second, nobody out. McCutcheon will come home, fastball right down Broadway, strike 2. Renfro didn't move the bat, and he falls behind 0-2 here in the first frame. A little breezy here, not too bad though, going a little left to right across the diamond.
He'll be joining a former Falcon at North Greenville, Jake Sears.
Oh yeah, I did see Sears went to strike. No, not strike. That one didn't miss by much. The outside part of the plate. Looked like I was on the same spot the last pitch was, but the umpire called to the ball, so it's 1-2. Any idea where that missed, Jeff?
It's just slightly outside.
Okay, it looked to be the same place as the last one though.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm seeing things, but it's 1-2 here with nobody gone. McCutcheon, he'll wind. Now Wilson will try to take third. Swinging strike three. The throw down to third. Throw out's in time. Strike him out, throw him out. However, on the throw out, DeBrant will take second. But McCutcheon will take that all day, every day. Wilson, as I said, he was a threat to go. He was caught stealing. DeBrant will technically steal second base. However, a K to Braden Renfro means there's two gone in the top of the first. Well, that means Noah Wallace now will step into the dish here for the Red Raiders. Noah is another senior, one of this heavy-loaded starting 9. Sam will throw back to second, though, where DeBrant slides in safely. So Jose, that was his 8th stolen base over there at second. DeBrant, he may try to go to the third, but I doubt it. He has been thrown out once. But we'll turn our attention to Wallace, who is no slouch at the plate either. Hit .325, and this is the stat that Falcon fans should be afraid of. .526 with runners in scoring position. The first pitch to the right-hander is in there for strike number 1. Looked like a changeup on the inside part of the plate. Count is 0-1, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Still scoreless. Greenville had 2 on, nobody out, but after a strikeout and a throw out, the runner trying to steal third, McCutcheon has a pathway out of the inning. The righty will fire the 0-1, swinging strike 2. That one looked like maybe a truer changeup, and Wallace was caught lacking, and he was way behind it. So now it's strike numero dos. Looked like McCutcheon fooled Wallace, who's maybe sitting on fastball there, so when the changeup came, he didn't know how to react. It's 0-2 from the righty. He comes home with a fastball right down Broadway. Strike 3 looking, and Wallace goes down. Well, Greenville gets 2 hits in the top of the first, but leaves a man stranded at second. The Falcons will come to bat and try to get some much-needed offense. We'll be right back here at Falcon Field on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's the bottom of the first. Greenville threatened but couldn't push any runners across, so it's a scoreless game going to the bottom. And the Falcons have a new leadoff man. It's been Charlie Scott most of the year, but Roper Wensky, the sophomore sensation here for AC Flora, will slide in. It's righty on righty, First pitch to Roper, right down Broadway, strike number 1 from the right-handed Trent Merle. Quickly through the Red Raiders lineup. Trent Merle on the mound, Joe Harrison behind the dish. Hain, I'm going to probably butcher this, but Pretolak at first. Gabe Yeager at second. Jose DeBrant at short. Noah Wallace manning the third. Jack Lerstrang and left. Braden Renfro in center. And Benjamin Wilson in right. That one was low and away, the 0-1. So now it's 1-1 here against the Falcons' best hitter, Roper Owensky. Roper's hitting .364 this season as he watches another one go outside. It's now 2-1. Roper leads the Falcons with that batting average. He also leads them with the .462 on-base percentage, and he bolstered that after going 2 for 3 yesterday. It's 2-1 here from the righty. He will fire home. That's chopped over to short. DeBront will way back on it, and now he'll fire to first for out number 1.
Up next for the Birds, number 18, Charlie Scott.
Have to let that song just play through the speakers once a game. It's a necessity for me. But that will bring up the 2-hole right-hander, Charlie Scott. Charlie not too shabby this year. After he hit 188 last year, he's brought it to 318 in the sophomore season. He watches one low go by for ball 1 from the righty. So Charlie in the win yesterday against Reggie went 1 for 2 with an RBI and 2 stolen bases. He leads the Falcons. Now he shows bunt. That ball right in front of the catcher. It flies very quickly. The catcher's going to have to fire quickly, and Harrison does. A lot of quickies had to happen there for the out. But it works to perfection here for Greenville, and there's 2 gone.
Now back to Flora, number 21.
Looking at a drag bunt from Charlie Scott. He showed very late, but it was a great play from Joe Harrison, the catcher. That ball died basically right in front of him, and he threw it over to Pretulak. It's probably Pretulak, but we're getting it through. Pretulak for out number 2. Well, the first lefty Merle has to face today is Tyler Hernandez, who swings through one. It's now 0-1.
Yeah, you got a bunch of Greenville people on your left. You might be able to ask them.
I'll probably ask him at the break. I didn't get much chance. It's been had a long shift at work today and then came here, so I didn't get much of a chance to look over the lineup as I wanted to. The 0-1 is high from Merle. It's ball 1. Well, Tyler, he was having a strong start to the year, but he's, unfortunately for AC Flora fans, fallen off 2 for his last 17, and he was 0 for 13 before yesterday's win. It's 1-1 here to the lefties. He chops one softly over to short. The third baseman, Wallace, will come cut him off. The throw to first, and in time for out number 3. Would have been a hard throw for DeBront to make, however, Wallace cuts him off and makes the play. The Falcons go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first, continuing that hitless streak, and we will go to the top of the second, still scoreless. So
right.
Jeff, we got a new location people watching Definite Fiction from today, right?
Yeah.
Checked off a bucket list. Hello out there to Malaysia, for those who are watching from across the ponds. Well, after a back-to-back strikeout to end the first, McCutcheon goes back to the second. He'll get 5, 6, and 7. First pitch is fouled off from the right-handed second baseman. That's Gabe Yeager.
Yeah, that's Chetwood's grandparents watching.
There we go. 0-1, a little low and outside for the right-hander. It's ball 1. So Gabe Yeager as we call him, he's a senior here for the Red Raiders as he watched the curveball hit the dirt for ball 2. Gabe unfortunately holds a stat he does not want to hold. 17 strikeouts compared to 6 walks, over 268 at the plate. Not too shabby. The 2-1 hard hit to the left side on the ground. The third baseman, Lonnie Lafitte, will throw it across the first for out number 1.
Up next,
So 4 pitches, 1 out here for McCutcheon.
Petula.
And the first lefty that McCutcheon will face today, Hayne Pertulak.
Nailed
So
it.
we were figuring out that during the break. So if you're joining us from Greenville, I apologize. But Hayne Pertulak, the lefty, the first one McCutcheon will face at the dish. The first pitch, fastball right down Broadway, strike number 1. Maybe a little on the inside part of the plate, but caught the zone nonetheless. Well, there's 1 down here in the top of the second. 0-0 score. McCutcheon going to work quickly. The right-hander comes home. That one skied high, hit in the right field. Going over the Paul Choate toward the line and right. He makes the catch for out number 2. At first, I was wondering if that ball was ever going to come down, how high it was hit. Eventually, it exited the atmosphere and came back to reality. But Choate made the play, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the second. Well, that will bring up Joe Harrison here, the catcher for the Red Raiders. He had made a great play behind the dish after a bunt by Charlie Scott was to no avail for Charlie. And now Joe's trying to get some offense here for Greenville after a good start, but it's been rough the middle. That one, a hot shot to the third baseman, Lafitte. He gloves it and throws it across the diamond. It was a one-hopper, and Monty made it look like clockwork. Oh my goodness, well that's how a 3-up, 3-down inning goes for McCutcheon. We're scoreless going to the bottom of the second. The Falcons need some offense.
Leading off for the Falcons,
Welcome back here to
Rents
Falcon Field.
Best.
Bottom of the second incoming, and Wrench Best, the right-handed left fielder, will step up for AC Flora. Well, I kind of mentioned earlier that a big win for AC Flora was that win against Lugoff Elgin last week. Well, this man has his fingerprints all over that win. A big 2-run double for Rentz. Helped the Falcons win that game, but he swings through strike number 1 as Merle throws a fastball on the lower edge of the zone. So we want to talk about that game. I mean, chaotic is all get out. The Falcons trailed early 3-0. However, a strong outing from Carter Harrington, a.k.a. Sparky for those who know the name, put the Falcons in position to tie it up in the 5th. It was a 3-3 game until the 8th inning, the first inning of extras, where the Falcons put 2 across. However, Lugoff Elgin responded and put 2 across on their own to tie it up, and the Falcons eventually won it in the 9th off a sacrifice fly from, well, actually a walk. I lied. Sacrifice fly was from Paul Choate in the 8th. But a walk from Tyler Hernandez pushed the winning run across. Swinging strike 3, Rentz. Some curveballs fooled Best, and he goes down on strikes, the first strikeout from Merle.
Yeah, it was about as exciting as watching a game on Game Changer gets.
That's pretty much. I was at work, legitimately following the whole thing, and I'd be like, oh no, and I'd be like, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we won. So great win. Ryan Harrelson shot it with the save, but now the probably the most hottest hitter for the Falcons are up. Paul Choate hard it up the middle. That will get through Yeager, and Paul Choate continues his hot streak. Coming into this, like today, in his last 5, he was 6 for 9. Make that 7 for 10 for Paul. He is the first hit for AC Flora here as a bottom of the 2nd single.
Up next, number 1, Jack Chetwood.
Well, you go from one of the hottest hitters for AC Flora to potentially the coldest.
Dang.
Unfortunately, it's not the thing we want to go to, but Chetwood, unfortunately, has been struggling at the dish. Let's see if he can try to break it. He's 0 for his last 13. He has 4 walks, though.
He's going to do it for his grandparents in Malaysia.
Oh, 100%. The first pitch to Jack is right down Broadway, strike 1. Well, it's righty on righty here, and Chetwood, he started the year off strong, led the Falcons in RBIs. He was a very contender for one of the best batting averages on the team. He had a great on-base percentage. Unfortunately for Jack, these last couple weeks have really done a number on him, only hitting .260 today for the Falcons. The 0-1 is hot shot right to the third baseman. Wallace, he'll throw to second for out 1. DeBront throws over, safe, and Chetwood beats it out. Well, there's 2 gone now after Chetwood replaces Choate over at first. And Monty Lafitte will dig in here for AC Flora. Another right-handed showdown here. The Falcons only starting 1 lefty in this lineup. That was Tyler Hernandez after Zach Steeds getting the day off. But the third baseman for AC Flora, he'll try to get some run support. Runner goes, first pitch, Chetwood. The throw down to second from Walt Harrison's not in time. That one went through the glove of DeBront. So Chetwood has a stolen base. How about that? That is his 5th stolen base in the last 5 games, and that comes off of a 4 stolen base performance that Chetwood had a couple games ago. Impressive as all get out, I know. Well, it's 1-0. That ball was high and inside against Lafitte, but he now has a runner in scoring position. DeBront behind second, making sure Chetwood knows he's there. Now Merle will go on that ball hard into left center. That will drop in front of the left fielder, Lestang for a base hit. Coming around third is Chetwood. The throw to the plate, the slide. Not in time. Chetwood slides under. That was a close play, and you're hearing the effects from the other side. And unfortunately for Chetwood, the freshman showing his inexperience, Rohan Bremer, gave Chetwood no indication that ball was coming. As you may have saw, Chetwood was a little upset at the freshman. I mean, it worked out for nonetheless, but a scary play, as that play had no business being that close for AC Flora. Because Chetwood, as you may have saw, he kind of slowed up at the end.
Yeah, you got to tell him to slide on the outside, too.
Oh, yeah, you got to tell him to slide, and you got to be telling him all the way. Well, Rohan Bremer will step in and swing through a first pitch fastball on the inside part of the zone for strike 1. But Monty Lafitte, that's an RBI single for him as Chetwood came around and scored. So it's a 1-0 lead here for the Falcons with 2 gone. It's 0-1. Merle will come home. Rohan is low and away. Ball 1. Well, at the dish, Bremer, last game for him was potentially the freshman's breakout game of the year. Rohan went 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. It's a 1-1 count, 2 down here. Merle checks the runner at first. He'll come home. The fastball catches the zone for strike 2. A little upper in the zone, but a strike nonetheless. It's now 1-2 here. The Falcons have pushed their first run across after 2 hits, so it's really just the timely hitting for AC Flora that's worked. The fastball is outside, it's ball 2. The Falcons had some timely hitting. Again, Greenville started this game with 2 on, nobody out, but couldn't punch any runners across. AC Flora has a 1-out single that comes around. The curveball is fouled back, a defensive swing from Bremer. Looked like that pitch was going to come right in beautifully on the inside part of the plate. However, Bremer said, nah, we'll make you do it again.
Yeah, it was a good foul ball.
It was 2-2, 2 out. Bottom of the second, 1-0 lead. Merle comes home, swinging strike 3. The changeup on the outside part of the zone fools Bremer, and the side is retired, but not before AC Flora draws first blood. An RBI single from Monty Lafitte makes this game 1-0. We're going to go to the third. Welcome back here to Falcon Field after an RBI single from Monty Lafitte. That was a close play at the plate. Jack Chetwood slid in safely. And it's now a 1-0 lead for AC Flora. We'll go to the third. It's now 8-9-1 here. John Carlisle, he'll start the go-around here for the Red Raiders. Righty on righty, McCutcheon back on the bump for more. Fastball, upper outside part of the zone for strike 1. Righty on righty, McCutcheon, he'll wind, he'll deal the 0-1. That's hard hit up the middle, and that will get through for a base knock. Leadoff single for Carlisle, and the Red Raiders have a base runner here in the third. So the last batter in the lineup here is the left-handed Jack Lerstang.
Up next, number 4, Jack Lerstang.
Jack Lerstang, he's a switch hitter, so he's actually hitting lefty here against McCutcheon, and he comes in as the lone freshman here in the lineup, hitting .250. So it'll be righty on lefty. I think that's Sam's second lefty of the lineup. We'll see how he responds here. Runner at first, he'll throw over quickly, and Carlisle will slide back in safely. Carlisle does have 7 stolen bases. He's been thrown out once. Hernandez, no slouch behind the dish. We'll watch to see if he tries to gun down Carlisle if he goes.
Batter's using Emerucci. If he needs a new one, I know a guy.
Yeah. Oh, boy. First pitch, that stolen bunt, and that ball now a snap back to the first. Harris is off the bag, and a great slide from Carlisle gets in. So the bunt was pulled back. It was ball 1. Hernandez snapped through back to first. Had Carlisle off the bag, but he also had Harris Rivers off the bag, who was trying to cover the bunt. So Carlisle does a great job in sliding on the outside part of the bag, and it's in there safely. A lot happening in a short amount of time, but what you need to know, it's a 1-0 count and nobody gone, and the runner Carlisle still at first. Hernandez also going to talk to his pitcher. You'll see this a lot for the fans up from the upstate. Hernandez loves to control that game. It's a very young infield for AC Flora, and Hernandez is taking a leadership role behind the dish. And a throw back to first. Carlisle just slides back in safely. Nice pickoff move from McCutcheon for none. What you'll also notice here is the feet is creeping up from his third base. He's basically a couple feet in on the infield grass. I'm going to be interesting to see if Lerstang tries to let down another one after all of this commotion. It's 1-0. Righty on lefty. Now he shows bunt the pitch. That one's outside for ball 2. Looked like it wasn't a pitch that was supposed to be a strike as Hernandez was looking to throw back to first. However, Carlisle smartly this time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Not going to happen. Carlisle stayed very close to the bag that time, which runs the risk if that bunt is laid down, then he may not get to second. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's 2-0 here. Nobody gone. McCutcheon, he'll come home. Man, ball is popped over to the left side. Lafitte has to go to first with it for out number 1. It was a bunt, and it does work. That was a great bunt. Ryan Lafitte, the third baseman, came in, got the out, but a sacrifice bunt from Mustang moves the tying run in the scoring position. Well, Benjamin Wilson will come back up for the second time.
Now batting number 6, Benjamin Wilson.
Back in the first, Benjamin Wilson led off the game with a single. However, he was caught trying to steal third. He was the second out of the inning, which after the first out, Braden Renfro struck out swinging. Well, 1 gone here on the top of the third. It's a 1-0 lead for AC Flora, but the Red Raiders have the tying run over at second, and Benjamin Wilson, a very dangerous hitter, at the dish with 18 RBIs, looking for more. It's righty on righty. McCutcheon with the right red arm sleeve. He'll come home with it. That ball is fouled back in an inning. It'll be 0-1. So we talked about, I guess, Drew Elliott being such a young coach. Well, you got one of the most experienced coaches in the state, Andy Hallett. He's been coaching since the 1990s. He's a 7-time state champion. Well, the Falcons are, but they've all come under Coach Andy Hallett. A 72% win percentage in his career, 18 regions won. A living legend and the rookie head coach. The 0-1 right down Broadway, strike number 2. Wilson watched it go by. The Red Raiders, on the other hand, are 3-time state champions. However, their last one came nearly 20 years ago, back in 2005. They're looking to see if they can bring home one right here. Well, end the season. The 0-2 swinging, strike 3. McCutcheon throws a fastball low in the zone past Wilson for out number 2. That's strikeout number 3 for McCutcheon. However, it doesn't get any easier as Jose DeBrant will come back up. DeBrant singled to left in his last at-bat. He was the man stranded at second. And immediately Hernandez calls time. He wants a new ball. Maybe McCutcheon's doing. Well, DeBrant, he has 3 homers, 21 RBIs. The only man he trails in the RBI category is Renfro. However, DeBrant is prone to the strikeout, 20 of them. He has 24 walks. Patient hitter, but when he gets one he likes, watch out. 2 gone, righty on righty. McCutcheon will come home. That pitch hard hit down the left side, over the bag, fair ball. And that will go into the corner and extra bases. Coming around third, Carlisle will come home with the tying run. And an RBI double for DeBrant. Knocks this game up at 1 here in the third. I told you, if he has one he likes, he'll jump on it. First pitch looked like a changeup there from McCutcheon. Jumped on, and Lafitte, the third baseman, had no shot as that ball just went right over the bag. So DeBrant will switch places with Carlisle. It's now a 1-1 game. Runner at second with 2 outs, and Braden Renfro, the man who leads the team in RBIs, is up. Renfro went down swinging in his first go-around back in the first inning. McCutcheon has given up a run. We'll see how he responds. First pitch, the righty on righty, high arcing curveball inside for ball 1. So McCutcheon came in today with a 1.63 ERA. He gave up his first run in the last around 10 innings for McCutcheon right there to DeBrant. It's 1-0, 2 gone. Tied game, top of the third. McCutcheon comes home. The fastball hard hit in the left field. That's got a base hit over the shortstop, Machetwood. Coming around third's DeBrant. The throw home from Rentz on a line, but it's cut off by Monty Lafitte. The throw to second, not in time. And Renfro gets the 2-out hitting for the Red Raiders, and they take the lead here off of back-to-back 2-out doubles. So the 2 RBI leaders for the Red Raiders give Greenville the 2-1 advantage, and now Noah Wallace will dig in. Well, McCutcheon, who's been solid, he's the Falcons ace. is running into some trouble here with the top of the order. We'll see if Noah Wallace will be the man who continues to add to the weight McCutcheon has to be feeling on the bump. Oh man, on second, 2 down, top of the third as the right-hander steps out, Noah Wallace. Got the battle of the Greenville colors, the right arm sleeve from McCutcheon on his right hand versus the black arm sleeve on the right hand of Wallace. First pitch to McCutcheon, fastball right down Broadway, hits the net, or more accurately, the pole behind the net for strike one.
Ding.
That's a nice ping sound.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So Wallace also went down via the K back in the first over. He was the one to go down looking. The other two from McCutcheon have both been swinging strikeouts. That was Wallace's 8th strikeout of the year. First pitch to, or well, next pitch, Jones goes low, ball one. It goes under the legs, Hernandez hits the backstop. And now an insurance run goes to third in the form of Braden Renfro. Greenville has made the 2-hour bus ride down here to the Midlands again. We were supposed to have a home and home, for those who remember. That was supposed to be all the way back in March. However, in early March, might I add. However, that game got rained out. So the only game these two teams are playing this year is right here, right now. And if you want to go back to the games they played, it's a 2-2 series split. The last game was in 2020, won by AC Flora before the pandemic. One of the last games before the pandemic, I'd bet. That was on March the 6th. It's 1 in, 1-2 gone, a righty on a righty. McCutcheon, he'll wind, he'll deal home. The curveball up around the letters, ball two. Didn't miss by much, though. McCutcheon, that overarching curveball is so dangerous against pretty much every single hitter he faces. However, he's unable to find the zone with that today. And he falls behind Wallace. It's 2 in, 1 here, 2 gone. 2-1 lead for the Red Raiders. McCutcheon, he'll come home. The pitch, fouled back. It's 2s around. So Sam, another one of these young players for AC Flora. He's a sophomore. He's pitched 25 and 2/3 innings coming into the day. Leads the Falcons with strikeouts, and he unfortunately has the tie lead in walks. The 2-2 count coming home. The fastball just outside. Ball 3, filler up. 3-2, 2 outs. There's a runner at third. It's an insurance run in the form of Braden Renfro. Right now, Noah Wallace looking for his 19th RBI of the season. He's going to try to hit him home. The full count coming home. The pitch, that ball hit to the shortstop, Chetwood. A soft liner, and Chetwood lays back on it for out number 3. So McCutcheon almost got through the inning, but back-to-back 2-out doubles for the Red Raiders give them a 2-1 lead. We're going to go to the bottom of the third. We'll see if the Falcons can match that. We are back at Falcon Field after the Falcons grabbed a 1-0 lead, and the last time they were at the plate, Greenville responded with 2 runs in the top of the third, and now it's 9-1-2 here for AC Flora as they set to go up in the bottom of the third. Well, leading off for the Falcons is a man who's been playing a lot more recently, Harris Rivers. Harris was really out of the lineup for most of the year. However, he's played 3 of the last 4 games. As he takes the curveball on the inside part of the plate, strike 1. So Harris in his last 5, 3 for 8. He mans first base. It's righty on righty. Hard chopper up the middle. DeBrunt will stay back on it though. He'll whip it to first, and it's a closer play than I thought it was going to be, but out number 1 nonetheless. Well, back to the top of the order we go, and the Falcons will bring up the sophomore sensation, Roper Winsky.
Now batting for the Birds, number 7, Roper Winsky.
Roper usually, most of the year, is hitting that 3-hole. However, he's slided into the leadoff spot in the last game, and now this game as well. He grounded out the shortstop DeBrunt back in the first. First pitch to him, the curveball right down the middle for strike 1. Nice pitch from Merle. So calling Merle the ace is kind of a weird one because Merle has one of the best averages on their team. However, he's more of a reliever. He's only making his 2nd start this year. He usually goes about 2 innings. He throws the curveball low and inside, ball 1. He has 13 appearances, 24 and a third innings pitched. If you do the math, it's a little under 2 innings per appearance. However, he'll make his 2nd start. He is 1-0 on the year. The 1-1 is chopped over, and that's down the third base line, and will go just foul for the third baseman, Wallace. Roper falls behind 1-2, and he'll have to make the long run back to home plate to grab his bat. Well, fans were introduced to Roper Winsky last year on the AC Flora playoff push. Roper for the varsity team, which a team that people thought could have won state. Went 9 for 15. He's been the best hitter for AC Flora this year. The 1-2 is a fastball in the left-handed batter's box for ball 2. So it's a 2-2 count, 1 out. Greenville grabbed the 2-1 lead in the top half of the third. We'll see if AC Flora can come back and tie it or more. 2-2, 1 out. Merle will come home. The curveball ball. A little pop fly into left field. Going back is Lerstang, but he'll have room easily and make the play for out number 2.
Stepping in the box from the Falcons, number 18, Charlie Scott.
Well, the right-handed center fielder for AC Flora, Charlie Scott, will dig in here. Charlie tried to lay down a bunt for a hit last time up. However, it was a great heads-up play by Harrison, who quickly got out of his stance and threw Charlie going to first. Merle, the right-hander, comes home. That pitch right down Broadway. Charlie jumps on it down the left field line. Wrong run for Lerstang, and it will drop for a base hit. Charlie with the hard turnaround first over a beautiful dot. Now a ball gets away from the second baseman and goes into right field. Charlie will easily take second, and now he's going all the way to third. The second baseman, Yeager, will not throw it to third, and Charlie Scott. And Coach Howlett is now upset. I did not see what happened. However, Charlie Scott trying to slide into third. He does so safely, so a 2-out single turns into an air-filled triple. I'm not sure what happened over there. Did you see anything?
No. Not sure what it was. Yeah, single with a.
It was a single with a couple of
two-base
errors.
errors.
Charlie Scott, it was a soft liner on the left field line. Lerstang couldn't get there. However, to throw into second got away from the second baseman, Yeager. So Scott, who initially was going to stay at first, was able to go all the way to third as that ball got into right field. So now the tying run for AC Flora is at third base with 2 outs, and a man who's in desperate need of some offense, Tyler Hernandez. I wasn't really sure what happened over at third. Coach Howlett, I think, was saying that maybe they tried to injure Charlie, the third baseman, Wallace. I didn't see anything. Well, the left-hander puts one into right field, but not enough. Yeager catches the liner for out number 3. Well, after a lot of tension now, there's a 2-1 lead for the Red Raiders. We're going to go to the 4th. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the 4th inning, and Jeff and I did a little research. Well, Jeff did the research. I just sit here, and I'll be the one to explain it to everybody. So Andy or Coach Hallett was trying to talk to the umpire about was apparently it's illegal to fake a tag in high school. It's called obstruction because you force the slide where a runner could go to the next bag. Now, you look at the situation. I don't think Charlie was going to go home. However, technically the rule is that,
Yeah, so, and that's what, I mean,
Yeah.
we'd have to actually look at the rule. Sometimes those kinds of rules are umpire's discretion.
Yeah, that ball gets over the second. Oh, no, it didn't. What a play. Roper Wensky, a leaping grab. The second baseman goes back into right field and makes the catch. It's a soft liner for out number 1.
Now batting number 24.
Yeah.
Haynes
So
Tequila.
I don't know if that is discretion or if they're supposed to award a base, but
No, well, Coach Hallett was very fired up over there at third and caused the Greenville fans to be riled up now. So
yeah.
a lot of action.
And thanks to Will Holmes for pointing out what actually happened.
Yeah, we appreciate it. That ball is high, hit in the right field, going back to second baseman Roper Wensky. He'll be called off by the right fielder Joe for out number 2. So yeah, kind of a weird situation here. Nonetheless, Greenville leads 2-1. AC Flora left the tying run at third. And there's now 2 down. Again, Greenville has the 2-1 lead. McCutcheon trying to get through a spotless 4th. He'll have to go to Joe Harrison to do it. Joe grounded out to the third baseman his last up time. The first pitch is right down Broadway, strike 1. It's 0-1, 2 gone. The right-hander deals home the curveball. That one's taken into left field. It's lifted over there. Rentz will send it on right, the left fielder, and make the play for out number 3. So, after some little contribution to third, it's about a 2-minute 4th inning here for the Red Raiders. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 lead for Greenville.
Leading off for the Falcons. Number
Welcome back
2,
here to Falcon
Lawrence
Field.
Smith.
It's time for the bottom of the 4th. We're halfway through this game. Trent Merle stays on the mound again. The man doesn't really go the distance too much here for the Red Raiders, but the right-hander will come back to the bump after surrendering a 2-out single that turned to a triple. The Falcons left him stranded. Rentz will step in, the right-hander, swinging strike 1. That was low and maybe a little out of the zone, but Rentz couldn't lay off. Well, that showed you why. Rentz started off his night with a K. He's looking about to battle back here against Merle, who's been pretty solid for the Red Raiders, barring a little hiccup in the second. That fastball is low for ball 1. There's no one warming up in the Red Raider bullpen, so Merle seems to have this 4th inning, but again, this man doesn't go long, so I'm not sure exactly when they're going to pull him. That's why I'm trying to keep you updated. The 1-1 hits the dirt for ball 2. Well, Rentz, the senior for AC Flora, he was very hot last year, one of the best players for AC Flora over the Legions League and play Legion. He hit .333 with 10 RBIs. He had 13 RBIs for AC Flora. He has 14 this year. The 2-1, the inside pitch caught the zone for strike 2. Nice changeup from Merle. Well, the junior on the bump, trying to get through the 4th. It's 2-2, nobody gone. The off speed up around the letters, ball 3, and we'll fill up the count.
It's clearly a ball, but that's been called a strike.
Inconsistency has not been been part of the ump's playbook today. Full count from Merle, incoming. He'll wind, he'll deal. That ball's lined in the left field. Lestang, long run. He can't make the play. That ball gets through the glove. Rentz will get it a second. That ball goes to the corner. And Rentz is going to be on his horse to third. It took a long time for Lestang to get that out. The three-lay throw to third, not in time. Rentz best, a leadoff triple, and the Falcons have life in the 4th. A great effort by Lestang. That was a hard play for the left fielder to make. And he just came up short of it. That ball just out of his glove. I mean, I just say just, it was that close. I think half the fans thought he caught it, including myself for a second, until we saw that ball pop away and go to the left field corner. Nonetheless, Rentz best, the leadoff triple, and the Falcons have that tying run just 90 feet away for the man who is the hottest hitter for AC Flora, now 7 for his last 10, the right-handed right fielder, Paul Choate. First pitch to him, a fastball inside, caught, looking, strike 1. Nice pitch from Merle, paints the inside part of the zone. So it's kind of weird. Paul hasn't really been playing for AC Flora. However, he's been on fire. He's got a lot more playing time in the last 2 weeks in the absence of senior Evan Smith. The 0-1 hits the dirt. Nice glove there from Harrison. Keeps it in front of him and keeps the tying run at third. We've already seen Rentz come home on a ball like that this year. The Marathon Miller game that me and Jeff got to call. If you're from Greenville and you want to watch some good baseball or some chaotic baseball, go watch that. But the 11-inning affair between AC Flora and Miller, Rentz actually scored the first run off a wild pitch. The 1-1's chopped to third. Rentz has to stay back, and Wallace will fire to first for out number 1. That's textbook from Noah Wallace. It was a slow chopper. Took his time, looked back Rentz all the way, and threw a dart to first. Keeping the tying run at third.
Number 1, Jack Chetwood.
Oh, a Falcon who's trying to break out of a slump. Jack Chetwood, now 0 for his last 14. He did come around and score. The only run of the game for AC Flora in the second. He reached on a fielder's choice as he beat out the double play. Chetwood hasn't grabbed a hit in about 2 weeks, a week and a half, if you're doing the actual math. He now shows bunt. That ball is high, and it goes foul. It was a suicide squeeze as Rentz was running home. Noah Wallace is going with him stride to stride. So after Jack, if it gets that far, it's the man who drove him in. Monty Lafitte is on deck. It's an 0-1 count, 1 out, 2-1 lead for the Red Raiders. We'll see if Coach Howlett calls the suicide squeeze again and tries to knock this game at 2. Righty on righty, Merle on his edge. He'll bounce, now he'll throw. Chetwood swings the bat over the shortstop's head. It's a base hit and an RBI single. That's how you break out of a slump. An RBI single for Jack Chetwood that ties this game at 2. And you got to believe that's what the sophomore needed.
I had to zoom in on him at first base for his grandparents.
Well, it was his first hit since the Hilton Head Christian Academy game back a couple weeks ago. That was a Friday game. So again, almost 2 weeks. Well, Monty Lafitte will now dig in, the right-handed third baseman. It's 1 out, and now this game has just recently been tied at 2. I mean, some good baseball down the stretch, folks. First pitch to him. That ball's hot shot to left field, going back. Lestang, long run, and it gets over. No, a basket catch. Oh my goodness, Lestang. Willie Mazes now the relay throw. No relay throw to first. Chetwood was on his horse. He was trying to come home, but the Willie Mazes catch for Lestang makes out number 2 and robs Lafitte of extra bases.
Up next for the Falcons, number 28.
So again, I thought that one came out, but Lestang actually kind of basket catch, snowball catched it.
Yeah, it was a great catch.
Great play. It was a hole over the shoulder catch. Looked like a wide receiver on the football team there for a long out number 2. Well, now Rohan Bremer will get his shot here at Merle. He struck out swinging his first time around. He's DHing tonight for the pitcher. That ball hard hit in the left field, but right at Lestang. He'll settle under and make the play. So Jackler Stang got all the action out there and left to give up a triple that, well, I won't say gave up, but unluckily got a triple. Jack Chetwood drove him in on an RBI single, and the Falcons tie this game at 2. We're going to go to the 5th and be some fun baseball down the stretch, folks. Welcome back here to AC Flora High School on Definite Fiction. It's a 2-2 baseball game, folks, as we enter the top of the 5th. Sam McCutcheon's back out for some more fun, the right-hander. It's the round where he works, for those who don't watch Sam enough, so again, we're going to see how long this man will be pushed today. He'll get the bottom of the order, leading off the right-handed DH, John Carlisle, who fouls one straight back over the net. Well, Carlisle, he actually came around to score one of the 2 runs for the Red Raiders back in the 3rd. He single up the middle where he scored on the RBI double from Jose DeBrant. Behind 0-1, the curveball bounces in for ball 1, and that will knock this count up at 1s. There's no work yet in the Falcon bullpen. There's been no work in either bullpen, meaning a lot of faith in both of these pitchers to go some distance in this game. The 1-1 from the righty is bounced in again, and now it's 1-2. Due up this inning for the Red Raiders, it's John Carlisle, Jackler Stang, and then Benjamin Wilson, leadoff hitter. This is where the Red Raiders did their damage back in the 3rd. Sam, he'll wind, he'll deal. The 2-1 coming home. That ball sliced down the right field lines, moving towards foul territory, and it will get out of play into the Falcon bullpen. It started in fair territory and kept tailing and tailing and tailing, and it found the bullpen. And it will be a do-over for both. Well, as I say, there was no one in the bullpen. The Red Raiders actually get someone rocking and rolling. That's Jose DuBrant, excuse me. Jose is usually a starter here for the Red Raiders, but the Greenville team wants to take this one here today, so they're going to put a man who doesn't come in relief a lot, maybe onto the bump next. It's 2-2 here. The righty comes home. That one's overthrown to the left-handed batter's box, and we'll fill her up. It's also interesting they're getting DuBrant some throwing because he's actually the 4th man up in the inning if it gets to him. However, they're trying to get him warm, I see, but I guess unfortunate time of the batting lineup for the Red Raiders. Time called by Carlisle. The right-hander will step back into the box, and we'll do it again. 3-2, nobody gone. Tied game at 2, top of the 5th. McCutcheon comes home. The pitch bounces in. Ball 4, and a nice walk from Carlisle. Another leadoff base runner here in the first walk of the game from McCutcheon. Well, Jackler Stang was the man of the hour in the bottom of the 4th. He pretty much got every ball, including the first ball hit by Rentz Best that tripled, and then it was a RBI single from Chetwood he got, and then he got the last 2 flyouts. So pretty much Stang had every sort of thing you could have had last inning at the plate. Laid down a sacrifice bunt to move Carlisle over in the same situation back in the 3rd inning. So we'll see if they do the exact same thing. We'll let the switch hitter hit. It's It's righty on lefty. McCutcheon minding his own. Now they're staying show's bunt. It's looked like an off-speed outside for ball one. And again, Carlisle, he almost got caught off the bag back at this, again, in the same situation in the third inning. However, he's able to stay closer. He started smartened up after almost getting caught. It's 1-0 here. Now McCutcheon will throw over a low throw that just gets away from Harris, but not enough for the runner Carlisle to move. And Carlisle has 7 stolen bases this year. He was moved over on the sac bunt, and then he came around and scored on the the RBI double, 2-out RBI double, is what I meant to say, by DeBrunt. Sophomore on freshman, the sophomore on the mound, comes home, the pitch, that's bunting right back to the pitcher, but Lafitte, the third baseman, he does a double clutch, and the throw to first is out, just beat the runner. Very close, and Jack almost beat it out. However, Lerstang does the job, sacrifice bunts for the second time in this game. And for the second time in this game, John Carlisle, the go-ahead run, is at second. So Benjamin Wilson will come back in, and Benjamin Wilson has been caught out stealing after he singled back in the first and struck out swinging. He's one of the 3 strikeout victims from McCutcheon. Game's tied at 2. Go-ahead run for the Red Raiders at second in the top of the 5th. McCutcheon, he'll wind, he'll deal home the pitch, fouled straight back into the net. It's 0-1. Well, next up for AC Flora in their final regular season game of the season. They come home and play Ridgeview tomorrow.
That was a mild fail by their Flora fans. About 5 of them flinched on that foul ball.
Look, I'm used to it at this point, you know. Gotta stay strong. McCutcheon, he'll wind, he'll deal the 0-1, and it hits Wilson, the curveball. Wilson took it like a champ, and there's runners at first and second for the best hitter on this Red Raiders squad.
Up next, number 10, Jose DuBrunt.
So Jose DeBrunt has one of the 2 RBIs here for Greenville. He doubled down the left field line. That wall went right over the bag. Nothing Monty Lafitte could do. And he came around and scored the second run for the game, the go-ahead run at the time, back in the third, after a 2-out RBI double from Braden Renfro, who is now sitting on deck. Well, this is about the length McCutcheon goes. However, there's no one in that Falcon bullpen trying to save some arms for a game that if the Falcons want any shot at winning that region, they have to win tomorrow. It's 1 gone. Runners at first and second. Tied at 2, top of the 5th. It's righty on righty. DeBrunt's reached base both times. He'll come home. McCutcheon, the curveball. Beautiful pitch. Sam finally locates it on the outside edge of the zone. Strike 1, belt high. Well, as you saw, when Sam can locate that curveball, it's dangerous. He'll need to do so a couple more times. He wants to get out of this inning. It's 0-1, 1 out. McCutcheon. He'll fire home. The 0-1 is hit high in the air on the right side in foul territory. The first baseman, Harris Rivers, going towards the net, and that ball will just get out of play. Very close to being a play for Rivers to make. However, DeBrunt breathes a sigh of relief as he'll get another crack at McCutcheon. So, Jeff, are we thinking curveball here? Is that what we're going with?
He must to get something inside, although this guy likes to pull it, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hit both of his...
yeah, go curveball again.
The right-handed hitters hit both of his hits into left field.
Yeah.
So it's 0-2 here, McCutcheon. He'll come set in his closed stance. Now he'll fire home the pitch. Strike 3! Foul tipped into the glove of Hernandez, and a nice strikeout. Number 4 for McCutcheon. And that one gives him a path out of the inning, and there's 2 gone. Well, again, I made this statement 2 innings ago. We'll see if it works any better for McCutcheon. It doesn't get any easier. Braden Renfro will come up to the dish. Braden out of the 2-out RBI again, like DeBrunt back in that third. However, he was left stranded at third to end the inning.
You struck him out last time, though.
Right? First time around, he struck him out. It was a strike him out, throw him out situation.
Yeah.
Put Greenville behind the ball in the first. First pitch to the righty is the curveball is fouled over the net and actually gets over the net. Hit the top of the net and a nice catch by a fan. Jeff didn't get that on stream though.
Oh, man, no. Who was it?
I couldn't tell.
Oh, Chetwood. Let's go.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was Chetwood's dad. I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to look stupid. Well, it's 0-1 here for Renfro.
Holt over there.
Yeah. 0-1. That ball right down the middle is popped high in the air in the infield. Roper Wensky, the second baseman, run and dance to right field. He'll make the play. Roper went from his second base up the middle and trailed all the way into shallow, dead right field to make that play for out number 3, leaving 2 men on base for the Red Raiders. It keeps this game tied at 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Falcons looking to break through.
Leading off for the Falcons.
Well, the Falcons got into trouble and got out of it. Sam McCutcheon only had about 61 pitches, so keep an eye on that as we're going to head to the 6th after this inning. However, another man to keep an eye on is Trent Merle, who comes back for more.
Yeah, both pitchers started the 5th inning with 46.
Yeah, Sam, if your math is mathing like me, went 16 pitches that inning after, even though it felt like a lot longer. So we'll rock and roll to the bottom of the 5th, still tied at 2. It's the 9-hole Harris Rivers who hits one high into left field. Their Stang will drift back, however, he'll settle under it in deep left for out number 1. Feels like Jack Stang has been the man of the hour over there. Out of the last 6 balls that were hit, Stang has had 5 of them. Impressive. Well, we'll rock the top of the order. It's Roper Wensky. Roper, uncharacteristically, is 0 for 2 tonight. 6-3 ground out. That's a ground out to the shortstop. And a fly out to the left fielder, or Stang. Merle, a righty on a righty. He'll come home. The pitch, ball 1. It looks like Merle's now starting to really work out of the he's not working out of the windup. He's working out of the
stretch.
Stretch. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. He's been doing that the whole game, but I feel like it's more obvious. His shortened his pitching motion. The 1-0 is right down the middle, maybe a bit on the outside part of the edge for strike 1, nonetheless. And as we were talking about, me and Jeff, there is some motion in the Falcons bullpen going right now. Doesn't look like much though. It's just stretching and throwing. The 1-1 off speed right down Broadway. That's belt high for strike 2. Well, Roper's been struggling, only 5 for his last 18. If you know Roper, that's not good enough for him. He wants a hit here. The 1-2 is chopped foul toward the Greenville dugout on that left side. And Roper, time for the team lead in RBIs. He leads the team in average and on-base percentage. However, he's yet to reach base tonight. It's 1-2, the pitch. Just a touch high. That changeup didn't miss by much. But it's missed by enough for it to be a ball, so it's 2-2, 1 out. It's 2-2, 1 out, bottom of the 5th, 2-2 game. Merle comes home. That one's fouled back. A defensive swing from Roper. That would have been a very close strike, and Roper didn't take his chances with it. He fouls it back to the right side, and he'll get another 2-2 pitch incoming from Merle. Merle, out of the stretch, he'll come home. That pitch is lined in the right field, but right at the right fielder. He'll drift back just a hair, but Wilson makes the catch for out number 2. Roper tried to go opposite field. However, Wilson was having none of it, and there's 2 away.
18, Charlie Scott.
Well, Charlie Scott was the kind of the man caught in that controversy back in third. All is well now, though. Charlie was left stranded at third after a, well, let's just say some theatrics. But either way, it was a single that turned into a triple. And then, unfortunately for him, Tyler lined out to the second baseman to end the inning. It's righty on a righty here. First pitch to Charlie, hot shot on the left field line, but it's foul, grounded. Well, both teams now have 5 hits on the day. It's a 2-2 contest. Merle trying to get through a 1-2-3 inning, something he hasn't done since the first. There's a fly out and a line out in this inning so far. It's righty on righty. Merle, he'll come home with it. The curveball, got him looking, strike 2. Nice pitch from Trent Merle. Goodness gracious, that curveball painted beautifully and froze Scott. Oh, 2 coming home. That pitch hard hit into center field right at Braden Renfro. Line shot is caught by the center fielder for out number 3. So AC Flora does not do anything in that inning. 3 up, 3 down from Trent Merle. And we'll go to the 6th inning, still tied at 2. Right here on Definite Fiction. Don't go anywhere. We are back here on Definite Fiction. It's the top of the 6th. It's a tied game, 2-2. And the Falcons ace Sam McCutcheon. Innings-wise, he's working potentially into his longest of the season. Pitches-wise, not so much. He's only at 61. He'll get the middle of the order here, 4, 5, and 6. First pitch, curveball, just a little high. Ball 1. The man at the dish to face him is Noah Wallace, the right-handed third baseman. Well, Wallace is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout tonight. That pitch is hard lined in the center. That will drop for an extra. Oh, it gets by the center fielder, Charlie Scott, who misjudged it. Wallace will be on his horse for 2, and he'll get in standing with a leadoff double. Well, a ball that looked like it should have just been a single just kept carrying on Charlie Scott in center field, and eventually it got down to the to the right of Scott and then hit the wall. Well, Greenville is trying to untie this game here in the 6th. They have a leadoff double against McCutcheon. And now Gabe Yeager will come in. Yeager's 0 for 2 as well today with a ground out and a line out, but we saw how that worked for Noah Wallace, who's now standing at 2nd with a leadoff double. It's righty on righty again. Doesn't look like much is happening in that Falcon bullpen yet. Maybe just a little stretching and throwing. Now McCutcheon will try to pick off Wallace, a second who slides back in safely. Wallace only has one stolen base on the year. I doubt he'd try to take third here, especially in this spot. But we have seen Greenville try to take third already once this game. The pitch is going to be hot shot right field, going towards the line. It's a long run for Choate, but it will go foul. Looked like it was going to start fair and stay fair over the tail on the end of that little bloop. I wouldn't say the line like a bloop liner, I guess this. Just kept tailing foul and eventually got foul, meaning Falcon fans can breathe a sigh of relief, I think.
I felt confident the whole time.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone did. Oh, man. I think Jeff is a little worn out from his trip up to Greenville yesterday.
It's been a long month and a half.
Okay, well, lacrosse season's over, and it's now baseball playoffs start on Monday. Oh, he got him off the bag. The double back to second. He got him picked off.
Nice, Sam.
Sam McCutcheon hit his pickoff move like a champ. Wallace was leaning towards third, even took a stride as Sam went back to second, and the tag laid by Chetwood is made for out number 1. Well, that's a big no-no for Greenville. Again, we've seen them once already this year, or today on the base pass, not this year. They got one of the first key outs of the game at third, and now they get what would have been the go-ahead run picked off at second. Just a base running blunder from the Red Raiders. We'll see how they respond. Return to the plate. It's a 1-1 count now with 1 out to Gabe Yeager. McCutcheon, he'll wind. He'll deal home. The 1-1 curveball swinging. Strike 2. The puppet master on the mound pulls the strings out from Yeager. And it's now 1-2 here with 1 out. Goodness, what a pitch from Sam.
Is that right, or is it 0-2? I think it's 0-2.
Well, the 1-2, that ball just missed on the outside. Ball 2. I think the first one was a ball, I think, but I'm not sure. You can check for me, I'm sure, Jeff, because I know you have Game Changer up.
Yeah, no, it's 1-2 now, I think.
Well, we'll say it's 1-2 here. I trust my my cameraman or my broadcast partner, Jeff Rose.
Right.
And you technically are both, but
yeah, no, it's showing
it's
1-2 on Game Changer.
That's my broadcast partner.
Yeah.
1-2 here, the pitch. Swinging, strike 3, the puppet master right back in action. The curveball gets Yeager to swing through, and it's a strikeout swinging for out number 2.
You know, it doesn't matter whether it's 1-2 or 2-2.
Did not on that pitch.
Now batting number 24, Hayne Pertulak.
Well, Hayne Pertulak will step back up, and Hayne is flown out to the right fielder not once but twice. We'll see if the left-hander can find some success here against McCutcheon. The fastball painted the outside part of the zone, strike 1. After that leadoff double from Wallace, this may be the best I've ever seen Sam look on the mound. It's 0-1-2 gone. The righty will come home. The pitch, swinging, strike 2. And he's starting to locate that off speed. It's been 4 innings, the first 4, it was a little sketchy in the 5th. Sam was struggling with the off speed. Ladies and gentlemen, he's found the zone. He's ahead 0-2 after a slide piece. The 0-2 coming home, a little high for ball 1. It's a nice pitch, but the slider didn't break enough, and it stayed up around the letters. Well, it's 1-2 here for Pertulak. Goodness gracious. The pitch home is way high, up above the head of Pertulak. It's ball 2. Well, Haynes, another one of these freshmen on this team. He's hitting .203 this year, but he has 16 strikeouts on the year compared to his 10 walks. Trying to start something here for Greenville after they got it slammed off early. The 2-2 coming home. That ball hard hit in the center field, but it's right at Charlie Scott. Charlie will make a couple steps towards the wall, but make the play for out number 3. So after a leadoff double by Noah Wallace, he was picked off at second, and Sam McCutcheon does the job and gets out of the 6th unscathed. It's a 2-2 game going to the bottom half. The Falcons going to try to take the lead. Well, here we go. A pitching change on the mound here. It is Jose DeBrant coming in for the Red Raiders. This is only his fifth appearance in relief this year. He started 7 games for these Red Raiders. The right-hander will get 3, 4, and 5. The left-hander, Tyler Hernandez, digs in and watches the fastball go high for ball 1. The 1-0, fastball on the inside part of the zone. Strike 1 looking. Nice pitch from DeBrant, who's one of the better pitchers here for the Red Raiders. He's 2 for 3 on the year record-wise, but don't let that fool you. This man has a team-high 2.62 ERA. That ball chopped over to second. Yeager will take it on the hop and whip it across the first route, number 1. So the changing of the infield is what I was trying to figure out. That's Noah Wallace, the third baseman, who slid over to play shortstop. And the new third baseman is Hayden Laird. So after a ground out, it'll be Rent's Best due up here for AC Flora. Rent's tripled back in the 4th and scored the tying run of the game off an RBI single from Chetwood. The first pitch to him is chopped over the head of DeBrant. The shortstop Wallace has to make the long run, and that's going to get through the hole of both the second baseman and the shortstop. Yeager couldn't field it either, and it's a one-out single, not an RBI, but a one-out single for Rent's Best, who's now 2 for 3.
Up next for Flora, number 16,
Paul Choate. And a very uncharacteristic out last time for Paul Choate. It's weird saying that for anyone in this Falcon lineup that's been really struggling lately. You look at their last 5 games and taking away the Ridgeview game, which is how that kind of works for a better team than Ridgeview. We've scored 9 runs over 4 games. Now Paul showing bunt, but that will go foul on the third base line. So the Falcons before that Ridgeview game, which can be scored 14 yesterday in the win, 3 against Hilton Head Christian Academy, 0 against Lugoff Elgin in game 1. We scored 6 in 9 innings against Lugoff Elgin on that following Thursday, and then 0 runs against Dreer here at home on Saturday. So the Falcons need some offense. However, these arms are going to keep every AC Flora in pretty much every game they play. It's 0-1, that pitch inside against the righty. That brushes Choate off the plate, and now it's 1-1. Old DeBrant, he's a very good pitcher, as I already said. However, I think his most impressive stat on the bump, he's holding opponents to a 158 batting average this season. It's 1-1 here. Choate takes one inside and low for ball 2. And this may be one of the only times this game where the batter for AC Flora is actually older than the pitcher for the Red Raiders. DeBrant is a sophomore compared to Choate being a junior. The 2-1's chopped over to short. Wallace will stay back. He'll flip it to second for out 1. The throw to first to Yeager. Got it. 6-4-3, and the Falcons do not do anything after a one-out single from Rent's Best. A double play ends the inning, and we stay tied at 2. Well, we're going to the 7th, and I think Jeff said this game, even though it's moving like clockwork, could be a long one. We'll be right back here. So here we go. Top of the 7th. We're still tied. And Sam McCutcheon back out for more. This is officially the longest game Sam has worked innings-wise. Falcons made a defensive substitution in between the 6th and the 7th. Evan Smith, the senior, goes into center field, sliding Charlie over to right field. Swinging strike one, and McCutcheon starts it off with the first pitch. Off-speed changeup to Joe Harrison for strike one. Joe is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out here this evening. The sun is going down here in the Midlands. The curveball is taken in the left field down the line. It is a foul ball. Whoa.
That was really close.
Very close. So it has to be a replay. This was even, we don't even know if it was fair or foul.
Yes.
That was close. Very close. Well, I originally called fair, but it called it foul, so it's 0-2 here against
You're way
Harrison.
wrong.
Huh?
You're way wrong.
I am? Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it foul?
It was within like
One. Harrison is now behind 1-2 here against the right-handed McCutcheon. Sam will come home with it. The 1-2 is just flicked back. Defensive swing from Harrison keeps him in the AB. Well, for the Red Raiders, it is now 7, 8, and 9 due up this inning, which may be one of the reasons we called Sam back to the mound. However, we'll see if any Falcon bullpen gets some action here. The 1-2 coming home. The pitch. That ball gets away. It's a foul ball. I thought that was a swing and a miss. However, it seems like everyone knew it was foul but me, including Jeff Rose.
yeah, no, there's a tip. Yeah.
Hey, I pulled the guy from Hernandez, and I was like, oh no, but doesn't matter. We'll do the 1-2 one more time. How about that? McCutcheon's having to work here. The 1-2 coming home. Swinging strike three, just missed. Never mind. I thought that was going to go into the glove for Fernandez. I apologize. It just missed the glove, so now it's 1-2 yet again. Well, Harrison is really giving McCutcheon some trouble here. And he's just grounded out and flown out tonight. However, he's working McCutcheon, and this man has 20 strikeouts and only 7 walks. So he is prone to striking out, but apparently not this at-bat. The 1-2 is fouled back yet again. That curveball was just nicked, and Harrison, deep breathing, and show of sportsmanship there from Harrison, making sure Hernandez is okay, the catcher, after he fouled one off into him. So I guess we'll do the 1-2 one more time. McCutcheon winds, he'll deal home the pitch, swinging strike three. That time the puppet master pulls the string out, and Harrison goes down swinging, but a great at-bat from the catcher doesn't result in anything for the Red Raiders.
That was a pretty pitch. What was that, like a changeup dropping low and in? Something like that?
Yeah, it was like backdoor like changeup or something, which is very weird from a right-hander to pull against a right-hander, but it works. Well, John Carlisle, who's reached base not once but twice here tonight off a single and a walk, steps in. The right-handed designated hitter is going to try to continue that streak here. The first pitch, the curveball. Oh my goodness, McCutcheon is slotting that in perfectly. It was outside part of the zone, belt high for strike one. Oh, and 1 coming home. The fastball's fouled back into the net, and McCutcheon attacking these hitters. It's 0-2.
Get ahead, stay ahead.
That's the best way, right?
Yep.
Just don't try to walk. McCutcheon only has 1 walk tonight. He's been pretty solid when it comes to controlling in the zone. Just gotten 6 hits against them. The 0-2 swinging strike three yet again. McCutcheon's feeling himself. Another drop pitch that gets Carlisle to swing through, and back-to-back Ks for McCutcheon brings his total to 7 tonight. Well, Jack Lestrong, we'll see if he can break this K streak that McCutcheon's got going. McCutcheon struck out 3 of the last 4 batters. He's never really faced Lestrang. Lestrang has sacrificed bunted both times. The switch hitter swings now, and he pumps that one up just in the shallow outfield. The shortstop Chitwood goes across the left field line to make the play for out number 3. Well, McCutcheon, who works in the 7th inning for his first time all season, makes it look easy. Strikes out 2, gets the man to pop out, and the Red Raiders go down in order. The Falcons have a chance to walk it off here at Falcon Field. Coming right back to you on Definite Fiction.
Jack Chetwood.
Welcome back here to Falcon Field. Jeff and I did, again, some more research, some recon, if you will, and figured out that McCutcheon, for the first time all season, has brought a split finger fastball. In case of that dropping motion.
Yeah, both of those 2 strikeout pitches.
Yeah, we have never seen Sam throw that pitch or even knew that was part of his arsenal. So
Yeah,
that's why we were more
didn't understand the movement.
So we were more surprised. Well, DeBrant comes back out there. The right-handed pitcher relieved Merle after 5 innings of work, and he got out of the last inning with a 6-4-3 double play. He will now get 6, 7, and 8 here for AC Flora. The right-handed Jack Chetwood leads it off. The 1-0 is right down Broadway, an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Looking like it kind of froze Chetwood. Well, Chetwood, he's reached base both times. He had an RBI single back in the 4th, and he reached on a fielder's choice where he scored the other of the 2 Falcon runs tonight. The 1-1 is going to be chopped softly over to the third baseman. Laird plays it back on the hop and makes the play for out number 1. Well, first time Hayden Laird seen some action today, and the third baseman looking sharp over there after coming in cold here.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 32, Monty Lafitte.
Well, Monty Lafitte will now dig in for AC Flora. The right-handed third baseman is 1 for 2 this evening with a flyout and a single, RBI single, I might add, back in the 2nd. He'll do his battle against DeBrant here. The first pitch high for ball 1. That was up around the letters. Monty just able to hold off as he was almost starting to go around. Mo Merle's final line is 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs off of 5 hits, and 2 strikeouts. 0 walks for Merle. A nice outing for him. However, he is off the hook. He cannot get a win or a loss here. It's 2-0. That pitch missed outside against Lafitte. The right-hander, he'll wind, he'll deal home the pitch. The fastball outside, caught looking, strike 1. Nice pitch from DeBrant. Jose DeBrant has 31 strikeouts this year, hasn't recorded 1 tonight. The 2-1, swinging, strike 2. Blew one right by Lafitte, belt high. That was a fastball, and maybe his best one of the outing so far, as Lafitte couldn't catch up to it. Well, now Monty will call time after DeBrant was taking his time on the mound. DeBrant, since Monty stepped out, has not moved a muscle, staring down the right-hander. The 2-2 coming home, swinging, strike 3. Remember I said the fastball the last time he threw was the best? I changed my answer. That was the best one. Gorgeous on the outside part of the zone.
Yep.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
Well, you blink and you miss it. The Falcons have 2 outs here in the 7th. And a new hitter for AC Flora, that's Zach Sneed, who's hitting for Rohan Bremer. Well, for those who are unaware, even though I've said it every time he's come up, but I know all are visiting from Greenville. That came off a little weirder than I meant to, but Zach Sneed has actually been battling back from an ACL injury this year. He's been cleared to play, and he's been one of the normal infielders for AC Flora all of last season. He was pretty brilliant for AC Flora. Unfortunately, this year for Zach has not gone his way. Only 5 for 31 at the dish this year. First time DeBrant will see a lefty as he throws one away for ball 1. Zach in his rehab kind of back on the field. He's been mostly playing first base if he's ever in the field. However, 9 out of 10 times he's been DHing for the Falcons. He comes in to pitch hit here. 1-0, the pitch, fastball away, ball 2. And again, the first lefty DeBrant is facing. He's thrown 2 pitches in the outside batter's box here against Sneed. And if you think Zach's going to swing at a bad pitch, well, think again. Zach has 10 walks in the season in this short time with the Falcons this year, and he had 27 last year as a team high. 2-0, that ball fouled right back into us. Right back into the net, I might say, but it would have hit me if it did not hit the net.
Did you flinch?
I think I gave like a minuscule one. It wasn't like a whoa, but it was like
Not a, like somebody's not looking at you, they are attracted by the
yeah, I was like,
movement.
oh.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's a thing. 2-1, that ball hard hit to center field, going back to Renfro. To the warning track at the wall, he makes the play just shy of the wall. Renfro got brought back on a hot shot into center, but Sneed just misses one off the wall, and the Falcons go down in order. Well, we're getting some extra baseball, folks. We're going to the 8 here in this non-region affair. It's tied at 2. We'll be right back here for the top of the 8. Welcome back here to AC Flora High School. We got some free baseball for you. We're into extra innings. And the Falcons will turn the ball over to Luke Shalcom. McCutcheon, the starter, you couldn't ask for much more. 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs off of 6 hits. Meaning he had 7 strikeouts, but none prettier than the ones he used in the 7th. Well, Luke Shalcom, this right-hander for AC Flora. He's in relief work all year. He's making his 8th appearance here for AC Flora. Coming in today with a 1.9 ERA over 11 innings pitched. He'll get the top of the order here. The right-hander comes home. The off-speed is inside, ball 1 against the right-handed Benjamin Wilson. Well, Benjamin reached twice so far this game off of a hit by pitch in the 5th, a single in the 1st, but he's also struck out once as well. It's a 2-2 game here in the 8th. The first pitch, swinging strike 1. Nice pitch from Luke. Wilson wasn't ready for that fastball. And this count is even at 1s. You heard the airplane flying over. You really can't see it, though. It's pitch black with some clouds here at Falcon Field as the sun is fully set. It's 1-1 here. Shalcom comes home at off speed, is popped over to first. A soft liner's made by Harris Rivers for out number 1. Oh, we're now getting the meat of the Greenville order. Jose DeBrant. He's been phenomenal here for Greenville. He gave him an RBI double that timed this game back in the 3rd. He singled in the 1st, but he's also struck out swinging. That was against McCutcheon. He'll get his first cracks at the junior here for AC Flora. So the last time we saw Shalcom was against Lugoff Elch, and he gave up 2 earned runs over 1 1/3 innings pitched. The curveball is over the head of DeBrant, who has to duck out of the way for ball 1. See, though, that Lugoff Elgin game 1 was the one of the reasons the Falcons kind of have had this runs problem-ish. They gave up 0 runs after only giving up 3 innings pit, 3 earned runs to the best team in the region. The 1-0 is a fastball outside, and it's now 2-0. Shalcom very carefully pitching to DeBrant, who has power to boot. Again, 3 homers this year for the right-handed slugger. He'd love to put one over the fence here and give the Red Raiders a lead. It's 2-0. Luke comes home. The fastball is low off the dirt for ball 3. Well, on deck, it doesn't get any easier. As I've said multiple times, you go from Jose DeBrant to Braden Renfro, the only man who has more homers than DeBrant on this squad. Renfro has 4 homers, and he has the team lead in RBIs. Luke is behind 3-0. The right-hander comes set on the bump. He'll wind, he'll deal home. The fastball's right down Broadway. Strike 1. On a game that's really taken less than 2 hours, this could potentially go a little longer, as Jeff and I are getting flashbacks to that Miller game. That Miller game, for those who did not join us, we were here for 4 hours of baseball and the end of a long day of baseball. The 3-1 is high for ball 3. DeBrant throws the bat back, and he'll walk to first, representing the go-ahead run. Well, it was a 5-pitch walk as DeBrant will now switch places. Looks to be a pitch runner here for the Red Raiders. That looks like, can't tell.
Number 20, Hampton Garrett.
It'll be Hampton Garrett, PA guy, having my back. Hampton has stolen 3 bases so far this year, yet to be thrown out. Garrett will now represent that go-ahead run, as it's now a courtesy runner since DeBrant is in the pitch. Well, the right-handed Braden Renfro will step in against the right-handed Shalcom. First pitch, fastball up around the letters for ball 1. So Shalcom, that was his 10th walk of the year. He has 10 strikeouts to kind of match that on par. However, his specialty is getting out of jams. The 1-0 coming home, the pitch, off-speed strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch from Shalcom. Looked like a curveball that broke very late, and Renfro had no choice but to watch it go in the zone. So Renfro, he's reached base on a double, an RBI double that took the lead for the Red Raiders back in the 3rd, but he struck out and popped out today. The 1-1 swinging strike 2. A ball that was low in the zone. Gave an offer from Renfro, but he couldn't connect, and he's now behind 1-2 here to the right-handed junior. Shalcom, he's been working out of the stretch his whole time on the bump. He has one out here in the top of the 8th in this tied ball game at 2. The 1-2 comes home, swinging strike 3, and Luke, the man who will show the most emotion on the field for AC Flora, signals over to the dugout saying, "I got this." Strikeout number 1 for Shalcom, and there's 2 away here in the 8th.
Now batting number 11, Noah Wallace.
Well, you know, I was talking to Jeff in the middle of the inning, and I said the best way to describe Luke Shalcom is a goon. This kid loves to have fun on the baseball field, and he showed you right there with the energy. Pointed at a Tennessee commit in that Miller game after he got out of the inning in what was a theatrical game against Miller. First pitch now is high for ball 1, probably intentional against the right-handed Wallace, as they were looking to see if Garrett was going to move on that throw. Hampton Garrett came in as a courtesy runner for Jose DeBrant, but however, he's not really moved a muscle or even gotten that big of a lead over at first. He's just in there if a ball gets the gap. Well, Wallace, he had a leadoff double in the 6th, but he was picked off back in the 6th. He's also lined out and struck out this game. The 1-0 coming home, fastball just missed outside. That one didn't miss by much, but it's ball 2. Was that pitch outside, Jeff, or?
I mean, yeah, but
It's been called a strike?
yeah.
Yeah, is what it is. One way, cookie goes one way, cookie goes the other way. We'll see how it crumbles here. It's 2-0 with 2 gone. Go ahead runner at first. Pitch inside, low. Great job by Hernandez to keep that ball in front of him, and Garrett has to scamper back to first. So Shalcom got a soft line out for out number 1. Then he walked a guy on 5 pitches. That was the man at first, Hampton Garrett, who was pitching or courtesy running for DeBrant. And he struck out Braden Renfro on 4 pitches, and now he's behind Wallace 3-0. The 3-0 coming home. The fastball is outside for ball 4. And a 4-pitch walk moves the go-ahead run into scoring position. Well, Gabe Yeager hasn't had a game to remember. However, he could change that with one swing of the bat. Yeager has struck out, lined out, and grounded out here against the Falcons, but that was all against Sam McCutcheon. Before we get this battle, though, it's going to be a mound visit here. And we'll probably just put some background music for the first time. The chicken dance is not stream friendly.
No, it's not. So, yeah. Background music's nice, though.
Well, I guess I can go back through this game. It was been highly competitive and very back and forth this whole time. It was scoreless till the bottom of the 2nd for the Falcons pulled home a run off an RBI single from Monty Lafitte. However, Greenville said, we'll match that and do more in the top of the 3rd. Back-to-back 2-out RBI doubles from the Red Raiders gave them a 2-1 advantage. That was all the way until the 5th. The Falcons put one across. That was Roper Wensky coming home on an RBI single from Jack Chetwood. We have been scoreless since. We're now in the top of the 8th in a 2-2 ball game, extra innings. 2 outs, runners on 1st and 2nd. The go-ahead runner on 2nd in the form of Hampton Garrett. When we turn our attention to the batter, Gabe Yeager. Yeager's looking for a hit that would put him in the Greenville kind of article. He gets hit. Well, he wanted the hit. He got hit, unfortunately, and that ball right in on Luke. First pitch looked like a changeup. Hit Yeager, and the bases are juiced.
Now batting number 24, Haim Pertulak.
Well, Haim Pertulak will now get his crack. Bases are loaded. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Pressure is on the right-handed junior. And Pertulak would also like to change his fortune of the night. Pertulak, a fly out, a pop out, and a fly out. He's 0 for 3. He will hit left-handed here against Shalcom. It's 2 out, bases juiced, tied ball game in the top of the 8th. 2-2. Shalcom will come set, and he'll come home. Pitch right down Broadway, maybe a touch inside, but it still caught the zone. Strike number 1. After a 4-pitch walk, Shalcom comes right at Pertulak.
A transmitter issue?
It looks like it is. We had this once already. It kind of died on Hernandez in that Miller game, as we all remember.
Extra innings.
I know I remember that a lot, but that the transmitter's not built for extra innings. And now there's going to be a pitch comm, so maybe it got fixed, I'm not sure, but Tyler will go back behind the dish, and he'll get in a stance here. Left hand, Pertulak digs in again. It's 0-1, 2 outs, bases juiced. Pertuluk looking for 8 RBIs on the year. He has 7 currently. It's 0-1. The righty comes home. That pitch is fouled back into the forestry of Forest Acres. And Shalcombe is 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. However, Pertuluk is 1 pitch away from giving Greenville a multi-run lead. Something that hasn't happened in this game for either side. It's 0-2 against the lefty. The right-hander, he'll fire home the pitch. It's outside. Ball 1, good eye for Pertuluk, didn't even budge. Well, the freshman for the Red Raiders, tonight he's playing first base. This is potentially the biggest at-bat for him in the season. It's 1-2 here. 2 gone, top of the 8. Bases are juiced. The pitch coming home. That pitch high into right field, but that will go foul on the right field line, out of play. I think Falcon fans all took a big, kind of had their hearts all jump when you saw that ball go in the air, but quickly were able to calm down after that ball started drifting more and more foul. Had a nice launch angle, but got a little too under it. So we'll do it again. 1-2, 2 gone. Shalcombe has not moved a muscle. Pertuluk hasn't moved one either. And now Shalcombe will come set. Attention, you can cut it with a knife. The 1-2, the curveball, just inside, ball 2. The Falcon faithful thought it was a strike. Pertuluk able to eagle eye it and stay away. It's ball 2. That one didn't miss by much, did it, Jeff?
No, I got the RNG.
All right, so 2-2, 2 outs now. Shalcombe, who thought he had the payoff pitch, what mentality do you have now as he steps off the rubber? And the Falcons, this game is a non-region game, but it feels very important for both sides who are pitching some very good pitchers in this game. The Falcons pitch their ace, and DeBrant, one of the better pitchers for the Red Raiders, is in the game. 2-2, the pitch is in the dirt, low, gets away from Hernandez, but not enough. A little overthrow from Shalcombe fills the count up. Well, the merry-go-round will be in motion. It's 3-2, 2 outs. 2-2 ball game and extra innings, top of the 8th here at Falcon Field. We'll see at least one more pitch. There's either an out or there's a lead for the Red Raiders. Shalcombe will come set. Everyone goes. The full count is fouled back. Nice off-speed from Shalcombe, but Pertuluk able to spoil it. That would have caught the outside part of the zone for strike 3. However, Pertuluk just flicked his bat out at the last second and fouled it off the left side into the forestry. So we'll do it again. Why not? Both teams looking to look for a win here and use that to jump momentum, get their seasons going high into the playoffs. It's 3-2. Shalcombe, he'll now step off the rubber. And Pertuluk, he's stepping in there. It's been a long time between pitches, as you can probably tell back at home. If Pertuluk is yet to call time once, you can hear the Greenville fans kind of telling him, take your time, young buck. Long wait again. No motion, and now again Shalcombe steps back. And there looks to be a pitch comm problem yet again. Shalcombe and Hernandez both going to call time and try to figure this one out. There's a lot of Red Raider faithful here that would explode if a hit goes into the outfield and brings home multiple runs. Shalcombe was pitching his best innings of the year for AC Flora. He's trying to get out of a bases-loaded jam that he got himself in. He got a soft lined out for batter number 1. Then it was walk, strikeout, a walk, hit by pitch. So no ball has been really, there's only one ball put into play. People are kind of getting restless here as the payoff pitch is on the way now. Merry-go-round goes. The 3-2 is fouled yet again. Pertuluk staying alive. Another off-speed pitch that was away. That one was a little more of a closer to being a ball maybe, depending on Pertuluk not wanting to take a chance though. So we'll do it again. 3-2, 2 outs. I keep saying it, but they're in the same situation. Feels like this at-bat has taken 5 whole minutes. 3-2. Coming home, the pitch, fouled back, this time to the right side for the Falcon dugout. So after two looked to be like curveballs from Shalcombe, he throws what looked to be like maybe a changeup. It was definitely not off speed, but it was either a changeup or a fastball, and it looked to be a little inside, but definitely in the zone. So, yet again, full count here at Falcon Field. Go-ahead runner 90 feet away at third. Shalcombe comes on the pitch. That ball softly to the left side. Left feet to third baseman will field it. He'll step and fire the pitch. He got him! Luke Shalcombe keeping everybody at their toes, but the Goon gets out of the bases loaded jam and keeps this game tied at 2. The Falcons, after all the theatrics in the world, have a chance to walk it off here against the Red Raiders, going to the bottom of the 8th. Welcome back to Falcon Field. If you just watched that last inning, I mean, you're probably as much on your edge of the seat as I am. Luke Shalcombe loaded the bases and got out of it with a ground out to the third baseman. Now Jose DeBrant, after all of that, will have to come back on the mound. First pitch, fastball outside against the right-handed Harris Rivers for ball 1. So it's 9-1-2 due up here in the bottom of the 8th for AC Flora. Rivers is 0 for 2 this evening. The 1-0 right down Broadway, strike number 1. DeBrant loves to lean on that fastball, and you showed one right there. Harris has grounded out and flown out. In his 2 plate appearances, he's hitless for AC Flora. The 1-1 is hard hit to the left side. That one on the backhand by Wallace. He fields it, the long throw to first. It bounces and pulls him off the bag. Pertuluk was able to keep it in front of him, but they're going to rule it a hit after a nice play. It would have been very close play at first if it was an on throw. Wallace doing a great job to keep that ball in the infield. Nonetheless, though, leadoff single aboard for AC Flora.
Number 7, Roper Winsky.
Well, another man who's hitless for AC Flora comes to the plate. Roper Wenski's 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flown out, and lined out. It's not often you see Roper coming to the plate hitless, but so far he is. First pitch, he shows bunt. That's popped in the air on the right side. It'll get down, though, in the grass, and DeBrant will make the flip to first. The pitcher coming off the bump. Nice play. He read it beautifully, but it does allow Harris Rivers to get over to second. So the sacrifice bunt puts the go-ahead run in scoring position in back-to-back innings.
Up next for the Falcons, number 18, Charlie Scott.
Well, it's Charlie Scott. He would love to end it with one swing right here. Charlie comes into the day with 12 RBIs. He's trailing only a couple people, a.k.a. Jack Chetwood, Rents Best, and Roper Wenski for the most in the team. The winning run at second. The pitch, righty on righty, off speed, outside, ball 1. Well, Charlie, he does have a hit today. It was a single over to the left field side back in the 3rd inning. He's also grounded out to the catcher, of all things, off of a tried bunt attempt, and he lined out and a hard line out to the center fielder back in the 6th. It's 1-0. DeBrant will come home. The pitch is sliced foul, and it will go out of play. Well, if it gets that far, it's Tyler Hernandez on deck and then Rents Best in the hole. The Falcons have the heart of the order up. This would potentially be the best chance they're going to have maybe in the next couple innings, just with how this offense is gone. So you have to imagine the top of the order wants to end it right here, right now. DeBront, he's now working into his third inning of work. He relieved Merle after a beautiful 5 innings from their starter. It's 1 in, 1 out. Checking over at the runner at second, he'll come home. The curveball, beautiful pitch, strike 2. Oh my goodness. DeBront, who's been fastball heavy, mixes it up and throws a curveball right down Broadway. It was belt high for Charlie, who just had to sit there and watch it. So Harris Rivers over at second. Yeager's checking him, the second baseman. DeBront, he'll check him, now come home. The pitch in the dirt gets away from the catcher, and that's out of play. So they're going to say he gets third automatically, but since he didn't, if he would have got around third, ball game over. But he did not get around third, meaning Harris Rivers now, the winning run in this game, 90 feet away, and on cue, Greenville has to bring the infield in. So Harris Rivers, a single, infield single to the shortstop Wallace. He got moved to second on the sacrifice bunt from Roper Wensky, and then on a wild pitch is now 90 feet away, representing the winning run at third. 2 in, 2, 1 out. The pitch home is high inside, ball 3. Charlie Scott lays off. The infield's in for Greenville. The outfield's also in. Simply put, if a ball gets over their outfield's head, it doesn't really matter where they are. If it's that deep, it's going to win the game anyways for AC Flora. Full count, 1 gone. DeBront comes home. The pitch is fouled back from Scott. And we'll do it again. Nice job from Scott. That ball looked like it was going to paint the outside part of the zone, and Charlie said, yeah, not today. Well, at Falcon Field, I've called a couple of walk-offs, not for the AC Flora Falcons. I've called 2 for the Legion off a wild pitch and an RBI single from Evan Smith. The full count is inside and low. Caught looking, strike 3. Wow. And a game where everything's been on the edge of striking a ball, that one barely caught the zone on the inside part of the plate, and there's 2 gone.
Late call by the ump.
Very late call from the umpires. Why I thought he was a ball. He didn't say anything until Charlie was out of the the dirt in the infield. That's why I called it the ball. I just figured it was, but umpire rung him up. So infield goes back. It's 2 gone for Tyler Hernandez, who first swings fouls one to the net. Tyler's also 0 for 3 this evening with a ground out, a line out, and a ground out. He's trying to finish this game off for AC Flora. The winning run is 90 feet away. It's lefty on righty as DeBront trying to get out of the jam. The 0-1 coming home, fastball outside, ball 1. I've called 2 walk-offs, as I said. One was by Evan Smith for the Legion team, and one was a wild pitch for the Legion team. However, none for AC Flora. It's 1 in, 1, 2 gone. The pitch, that ball hard hit the center field, long run for Renfro. Moving back toward the wall, he's looking up and he makes the play in the warning track. Falcons have hit that ball very hard to the center and left fielders, but it seems like they're tracking everything down as of late. They leave the winning run stranded at third, and we will go to 9 here at Falcon Field. Welcome back here to AC Flora High School at Falcon Field. For the third time this year, AC Flora has touched the 9th inning. That was they have won one and lost one. They lost to Miller and they beat Lugoff Elgin. We'll see if Greenville, well, they'll break the tie no matter what. Luke Shalcom, the right-hander, back out there, throws one inside and high for ball 1 to Joe Harrison. So it's the bottom of the order here for these Red Raiders. It's Harrison, Carlisle, and Lestang. So it's the same situation back in the 7th, and McCutcheon looked brilliant. I was trying to say phenomenal, but came out of my mouth wrong, so I just went with brilliant. But swinging strike 1, the curveball was beautiful from Shalcom, who walked and hit a batter to load the bases, but proceeded to get out of it off of a ground out to the third baseman, Monty Lafitte. It's 1-1 here in the 9th inning. Shalcom will come home with his best Cortez, Nestor Cortez. But it's ball 2 outside. Shalcom, you see like Nestor Cortez kind of mess around with his windup. Shalcom kind of held his leg up at the height of his stance and then came home with it. However, Harrison wasn't buying any trickery from the goon. 2-1 here coming home. The off-speed swinging strike 2. That one actually hit the umpire. It may have been fouled back into him. I'm not sure.
Did you run that nickname by Luke?
Oh, he hears me. I mean,
he might appreciate it. Let's see.
I think he's see the reason I don't try to call like nicknames like I make up that that are like I think are like upsetting. I think Luke would be the person that would take pride in getting called a goon.
Yeah, I think you probably would.
That's why I'm saying it so much. Oh, so the umpire's hand was getting checked off. And right now, jokingly, the first base umpire just signaled to the home plate strike. In case he didn't know, because he couldn't signal with his hand. Glad they're in good spirits here at Falcon Field. I mean, they're getting some extra baseball, getting some extra work in today, going extra innings. So are me and Jeff, who, I mean, the game was moving by pretty quickly, but it's kind of slowed its pace down a little bit now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how long we're here tonight. This could be the last inning, or we could be going longer. And let's hope Jeff doesn't turn into a pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a throwback to that. That's a hopefully people get that from the Falcon faithful. 2-2 coming home. The curveball bounces in the dirt. Nice pitch from Luke. That started around the middle of the plate and then broke to the left-handed batter's box. However, Harrison was not buying a second of it. He laid off, and it's a full count here for Shalcom. Well, Shalcom struck out 1, walked 2. He now has another full count here, this time against the right-handed catcher, Joe Harrison. He'll wind, he'll deal the 3-2, the off-speed. That's a soft hit in the left field. Coming in now, the left fielder, Rentz. Best will make the play and left for out number 2, or out number 1, excuse me. And that's how we start the 9th.
Up next, number 23, John Carlisle.
So John Carlisle will now come up. He is technically 1 for 2, but he's reached base twice here this evening off of a walk and a single. He was one of the last 2 strikeout victims that McCutcheon had in that brilliant 7th inning. So righty on righty, Luke will come home. Fastball just a little low, ball 1. Didn't miss by much, but it may have been a bit outside as well. The 1-0 coming home from the righty, swinging strike 1. Seems like his off speed is really getting to these Red Raiders hitters.
Come on, John, let's go, buddy.
They haven't really been able to put one in play. 1-1 here from Shalcom. The red arm sleeve comes set, and he'll now throw with it. The 1-1 is low and away, ball 2. That one hits the dirt. It's a tied ball game, 2-2, top of the 9th. Falcons and Red Raiders. 2-1, 1 out. Shalcom comes home. The off-speed is fouled back, and will knock this count at 2. Well, when we get back to the Falcons side, they have the heart of the order due up here in the bottom half of the inning, but Greenville would like to get to that point and give DeBrunt some more kind of cushion when he comes back to the bump with a couple of runs here. It's a 2-2 game, and it's been like that ever since the 5th. 2-2 the count, coming home, the pitch, swinging strike 3. Shalcom has strikeout number 2. He blew a low fastball by Carlisle, and that's his second strikeout of the evening. It's out 2.
Now batting number 4, Jack Lerstang.
Well, Jack Lerstang now comes up. He has sacrificed bunted not once but twice this inning, or this game. One time it worked, one time it didn't. and he's popped out so far. So he's 0 for 1. The lefty switch hitter watches one go by on the inside part of the zone. Strike one looking. So Shalcom, after a shaky 8th inning, is looking pretty nice here in the 9th. However, I'll say that, and Mustang will hit one out. It's 0-1 here. The curveball sits in the corner. Strike two. Shalcom gets the upper left corner, something you don't hear a lot here, but he painted it beautifully, and he's now 1 strike away from getting out. Shalcom, the righty, comes home. The pitch, that one's chopped over to the right side of the infield. The first baseman will make the play. It's Harris Rivers for out number 3. And the Falcons go 1, 2, and 3, get out of the 9th, and they'll have a chance to try to win this one here in the bottom of the inning. It's a 2-2 contest. We're going to be right back here on Definite Fiction. Well, it's 4, 5, and 6 here for AC Flora. Rents Best, who's been technically the best hitter on AC Flora here this evening, comes into the box 2 for 3. However, he's yet to face Jose DeBryant. Or Jose DeBrant, goodness gracious, I'm getting tired here. Well, it's a 2-2 game. The Falcons got him 3 up, 3 down. The Red Raiders now trying to respond with a 3 up, 3 down of their own. First pitch curveball right down Broadway, strike one as Rents watches it. Oh, Rents came home after a leadoff triple back in the 4th for one of the 2 Falcons runs. He singled in the 6th, but was in part of the 6-4-3 double play and struck out. The 0-1 off speed is low and away against the right-handed hitter. It's ball 1. Well, it's Rents Best, Paul Choate, and Jack Chetwood do up this inning. However, it may be Evan Smith. Paul went out of this game in the 7th, and Evan has yet to come around with it. That ball is fouled straight back, and it's now 1-2 here against Rents. Well, the Falcons, if they need anyone to put one over the wall, maybe just end it right here. Rents is your man, the only Falcon with a homer this year. He was against Westwood back in the first, I think it was the 2nd game in region play. The 1-2 from DeBrant, jeez. His way outside, ball 2. That was a fastball in the left-handed batter's box. Well, I do not envy any of these Greenville fans next to me who made the 2-hour trip down here. They'll have to drive back in the pitch black on the way home. The curveball's lined in the center field. Long run for Renfro, but he can't get there as it drops for a base hit. Rents has hit number 3 tonight and points to the dugout. He now represents the winning run for AC Flora over at first. So the Falcons are in this situation an inning ago, and what they did was they laid down a sacrifice bunt with potentially their best hitter. We'll see if Evan Smith, who comes in for Paul Choate, does the same thing.
29, Evan Smith.
So Evan's been kind of in and out of the lineup lately, but when he's in the lineup, he has not had a hit in the last 5 games. He's 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. He shows sacrifice bunt that picks up some dirt, pulls it back, and it's ball 1. Well, he did show bunt, as I said we may do, so we'll see if Evan, he is a great bunter, might I add, so we'll see if Evan can lay down another beauty here and maybe even beat it out. He has done so multiple times in the past. The 1-0 is shown bunt. It's outside for ball 2. Great eye from Smith. That one didn't miss by much either. So Evan, 282 on the season with 9 ribbies. The senior is trying to go out on a high note here this season. The 2-0, he shows bunt again. He offers that one. It's foul tipped in the glove. Strike 1. looked like a slider that really Evan got fooled on, as he could only foul tip it into the glove of Harrison. Well, as I hyped up his bunting abilities, he swings through one, so it's a 2-and-1, nobody out. Now he just outright shows bunt before DeBrunt even comes. Now the pitch is bunted to the right side and foul, so Evan may have to swing the bat here. Falcons did that last time to perfection, even though it was a little in the air. Roper did get it down and down the right field line and was able to move the winning, what would have been their winning run over to second. However, Harris Rivers was left stranded at third after a strikeout from Charlie Scott on a borderline strike, and a flyout ended the game. A long flyout, I might add, too. But DeBrunt has looked good enough here. He's trying to finish this game off for the Red Raiders, give him a chance in the 10th. It's 2-and-2, and DeBrunt now comes off. DeBrunt has yet to walk anybody. It's a 2-and-2 count. He has struck out 2 and allowed 3 hits. Now Evan shows bunt. He gets that one down right down to DeBrunt. He's going to go to second with it. The throw is in time for out number 1. So Evan, who was just trying to get that one into play, made the mistake of bunting it back to DeBrunt, who said, yeah, don't do that ever again, and throws out Rentz. So,
number 1, Jack Chetwood.
Fielder's choice works to perfection. And Evan Smith now represents the winning run over at first. Well, Jack Chetwood got his first hit in his last 6 games here tonight. He had a single RBI single that drove in the tying run back in the 4th. He's grounded out and grounded into a fielder's choice in his other 2 plate appearances. Evan doesn't go. The ball is lined foul down the left field line. Evan faked going to steal. That's why I called it out. It looked like he was about to go, but ultimately didn't pull it. Evan does have 8 stolen bases this season. However, he has not had one in a couple of weeks here, so we'll see if Coach Howlett tries to risk it and send Evan. Doesn't have a big lead. He does go now, though. 0-and-1 is fouled straight back, and Evan will have to run back to first. It's 0-and-2 here on Chetwood. Well, it's a righty on righty here is Chetwood looking for his first multi-RBI game since his 4 RBI performance at RNE earlier this season. He's trailing in the team RBI high by 1 to both Rentz and Roper. It's 0-and-2, 1 gone. The pitch, fastball, strike 3, looking on the outside part of the corner. Nice pitch from DeBrunt. And just like the last inning, after a man reaches base, he strikes out 1 to put 2 away. Well, Monty Lafitte will now get his chance here against DeBrunt. The first time he saw DeBrunt, he struck out swinging. He's also flown out and have an RBI single. We'll see if Monty can do something here against DeBrunt. 2 outs. The first pitch inside. Monty to duck out of the way against the slider. It's now 1-0 here with 2 gone. Again, it's been a tied ball game ever since the 5th inning. It's a 2-2 contest. Both teams have had chances to score and have blown them. Greenville trying to come take this non-region game. They got to get through the 9th. Low and away, ball 2. And as I continue to talk, Jeff continues his transition to a pumpkin. It's been a long week for both, or been a long couple of weeks for me and Jeff both. We've been traveling all around, and specifically Jeff has been traveling with the lacrosse team on their playoff run.
Yeah.
All you got? 0-and-2
Yeah,
pulled back, or 2-0, excuse me, pulled back. It's now 3-0. Monty showed bunts. The third baseman, Laird, had to crash. However, I don't think Monty ever intended to bunt.
Is that Zach over there on deck? Yeah.
Yes, that's Zach. Yeah, Zach came in for Rohan back in the 7th.
For DH.
Yeah.
I got you.
So it's 3-1, 2 gone. The pitch, home, the fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Monty does not move the bat. Well, Monty, after that RBI single earlier this game, he has 7 RBIs on the season. He's trying to have an RBI that would be none bigger than this one. Puts one in the gap and maybe ends it. It's 3-1. DeBrunt comes home and hits some dirt. It's ball 4. Monty tosses the bat. And Zach Sneed could have a chance to play hero.
7 RBIs, but he's only played, what, about half the games at this point?
Yeah, Zach's played about half the games for AC Flora. He came in, I think,
No, I mean, sorry, Monty. Yeah.
Oh, Monty.
But both
Monty,
of them, I guess.
Monty really only played like the last third of the games.
Okay.
Monty really didn't start really getting consistent playing time till around the Forest Acres Classic or a little after.
Okay.
Which, for those who are from the upstate, was the beginning of April.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna play some background music.
Yep,
We got the extended walk-up music.
Courtesy runner coming in for AC Flora over at first. I'll get you that in a second, but I'd have to believe that's Scott Graham. Well, Zach Sneed, again, he was one of the better players for AC Flora last year, but he's in need of a signature moment this season. When he runs over at second, he's going to try to do it right here. It is Scott Graham at first. There is no holding any back, so Evan Smith is the only person getting somewhat help. First pitch line in the left field, but right at Lestrang. It's going to be on the line. He makes the catch. Zach Sneed hits one hard, but right at the left fielder, and we're going to go to extra innings, continuing to 10. My scorecard ain't big enough to hold this one. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're at the 10-inning mark here at AC Flora High School, and it's been a lot of fun, but AC Flora not done yet. They're going to change their pitcher, so Luke Shawkin goes 2 innings, no hits, no earned runs, with a couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts. But in comes Ryan Harrelson. First pitch is low ball 1. It's the leadoff Benjamin Wilson. Well, the Falcons were looking, you were thinking maybe they may throw in the towel in a game that technically doesn't matter except just in the record-wise. Yeah, you'd think wrong. Ryan Harrelson making his first appearance since he had the save against Lugoff Elgin. He's behind 2-0. It's righty on righty. He pitches. That ball's chopped right back to the pitcher, though. Harrelson will wait on it and fire to first for out number 1. Well, Harrelson comes into this game this season with a 1.35 ERA. He's pitched 10 in a third inning. He's making his 8th appearance after he had his first save of the year against Lugoff Elgin. The Falcons are keeping their technical true closer, Hank Collins, on the bench, probably for till tomorrow in a game that they need to win. Well, Jose DeBrant, he's reached base 3 out of the 4 plate appearances so far this evening with a walk, a double, a single, a walk, a double, and he struck out. The first pitch to him's grounded that. That one's the shortstop, or Roper Wensky playing in the shortstop position, and that's out number 2. I didn't mention the shift. The Falcons did shift DeBrant. Moved. Usually it's kind of become traditional for Falcon fans, but they move pretty much the shortstop more to into the hole, and they move Roper and the second baseman over to kind of up the middle-esque, and then shift the outfield over.
Obviously, good call.
Correct. While sitting there looking at Harrelson, I didn't even realize he shifted. Well, there's 2 away now. It's ready on ready for Renfro, who fouls that one into the dirt. It's strike 1. So Renfro, he struck out twice. He popped out in the 5th, but he's also doubled in this game back in the 3rd. It was the go-ahead RBI double at the time. It made it a 2-1 game. That was all the way back in the 3rd inning. It's the last time Greenville punted runs across. AC Flores not much behind him, though. That ball hard hit over to the right side. Be the second baseman, Roper Wensky. Back-to-back outs for Roper. And the Falcons go 3 down. Ryan Harrelson gets to the top of the order without breaking a sweat. We're going to go to the bottom of the 10th. The Falcons for the, what is it, 4th time? Trying to finish this game here. I can't even do it.
All right, we're back.
Yeah. Well, if I can stop mumbling my words, we'll go to the bottom of the 10th. My scorecard's getting a little small for this. I'm going to hopefully have to end it here, or else I have no more scorecard to write on. Well, it's 9-1-2 here for AC Flora as Jose DeBrant comes back out for some more. He relieved Merle back in the 6th, which feels like ages ago. But he will get 9-1-2, as I said. So leading it off is Harris Rivers. First pitch to him, the off-speed, strike 1, swinging, nice pitch from DeBrant. The curveball on the outside edge made Harris swing. It's now 0-1. Well, Harris is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 7th. Or no, 8th, excuse me, but he was left stranded all the way at 3rd. After we were unable to put it in play off a Charlie Scott strikeout looking. It's a 1-1 count here. Looks like DeBrant will not be able to pitch tomorrow for the Red Raiders. 1-1 swing, strike 2, high heat. And Rivers couldn't lay back. I'm assuming the Red Raiders and Coach Elliott's game plan was to pitch DeBrant and just say, let's just win this game in 7. Well, DeBrant is now officially out of contention to pitch tomorrow for Greenville. And there is some more action over there in the Greenville bullpen as of about 5 seconds ago. The 1-2 coming home, fastball low, ball 2. Nice eye from Harris Rivers.
Do we know who they play tomorrow?
So their schedule's kind of weird. Unfortunately, look, Greenville does not have a lot of things posted, so potentially I can look at. I think I might know, but I can look at it real quick. 2-2 coming home. The off speed is hit high, foul on the right side. It will go out of play.
I guess they'd have a pretty tough region because it could be Easley and Eastside, Riverside. The other G teams, Greer, Greenwood.
I'm currently looking. See, I was expecting this game not to go to 10, so my apologies. It's 2-2 here. He'll come home, the pitch, inside, and we'll fill her up. So yeah, in their region, it's Easley, it's Greenwood, it looks like Berea's a region game, and West Side.
Okay.
They will play Wren in 2 days, so no more region games. Well, full count pitch incoming here. Righty on righty. DeBrant comes home. The pitch hits Harris in the back. The off speed got away from DeBrant, and for the looks to be the 3rd straight inning, the leadoff base runner and a winning base runner is aboard for AC Flora.
I'd like to see Roper swing.
I would too, but Roper has not yet to reach base. He's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. That was what happened last time. In the 8th, he bunted down the first base line, able to move Harris Rivers over to 2nd.
Maybe we'll get like one of those phantom bunts where the ball hits the backstop because he fakes a bunt or
he pulls it back and throws one.
Yeah.
Or swings one. My bad, not throws one.
Yeah.
Currently, Coach Howland is having to go check on Harris Rivers after getting hit in the back.
I'd have to get subbed out if I got hit like that.
Well, I mean, luckily for Harris, it was an off speed, but apparently it hit a part of the back that it didn't. Well, it's not supposed to hit.
Yeah. I have a lot more padding too than Harris does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harris doesn't have the. I think me and you are a little bigger than Harris, Jeff.
Yeah. I prefer to refer to it as caloric experience. It's the first time I ever said that. It's the first time anyone said that, I think.
Well, the problem with the Greenville uniforms is it's like red lettering, but only the outline, so it's really hard for me to see it. But I think warming up is Hayne Pertulik, I think. Oh, that ball's hard hit. Right side in, a base hit. It misses Harris Rivers. They're going to keep Harris at second. It looked like Wilson was about to come up firing in right field. But Roper Winsky said, I'll swing the bat. His first hit of the night is a single, which moves the Falcons' winning run into scoring position.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
Up next for the Falcons, number 18,
I'm never a proponent of, I would say, bunting your best hitter, but the Falcons did that. So actually maybe John Carlisle, who's warming up, who has 5 appearances in relief. That's what it looks like it over for Greenville, not Pertulik, who's over at first still. I knew I messed up somewhere. Well, the winning run for AC Flora at second. And Charlie Scott back in there again. He shows bunt that first pitch. He gets away from the catcher, Harrison. Now the winning run's 90 feet away with nobody out.
There you go. Charlie Scott advances them on the phantom bunt.
Yeah, just a personal way, Jeff. Well, the Falcons have the winning run for the second time in extras on third base, and they're going to intentionally walk Charlie Scott. Well, no. I thought they showed him to first. Yeah, they're going to intentionally walk Charlie. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. So an intentional walk, meaning Tyler Hernandez.
Tyler? Wow.
It's a bold move.
I mean, I guess you have to do it with no else.
Why we both say wow is if you guys remember, in a similar situation back in the 8th, Tyler flew out to the warning track.
Yeah.
If that happens again, ball game over. I mean, there's no way you're throwing a man out from the warning track to home. Infield is on the infield grass in. The Falcons, there's also the possibility of a suicide squeeze. We're going to swing. First pitch, low and away, ball 1 against the lefty. Will DeBrant, he's pitched phenomenal so far. He's in 4 innings of work, trying to work into his 5th, but he's yet to record it out here in the bottom of the 10th. This game has been tied at 2 since the 4th. Falcons have the bases juice with nobody out. DeBrant comes home. That pitch skied in the left field. He does the job. Harris will go and tag. Lerstang makes the play. Harris will tag. The throw is not even close, and a walk-off sacrifice fly. Tyler Hernandez, as I said, I don't know if walking to get to him was smart, and he does exactly what the doctor ordered. A sacrifice fly into left, and the Falcons win this one in the bottom of the 10th by a final score of 3-2.
And that's the ball game, folks. Our final score tonight, AC Flora 3, Greenville 2.
It felt like a very interesting choice to intentionally walk Tyler, or to get to Tyler. But it works out in AC Flora's favor. They jump to 12-10 on the year, move back to 2 games above 500 with a region finale tomorrow against Ridgeview. Greenville will now drop to 13-9. Again, they will play Wren coming up on Friday. Well, to keep Jeff from turning into a pumpkin, that will do it here for Definite Fiction. Thank you for joining us all the way from the upstate, or if you're in the Midlands or even in Malaysia. We appreciate you all watching. It's a fun game here at Falcon Field, one that hit 10 innings. So long, and we'll see you in the playoffs.